Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to this live stream that we have right now from Grenke. On your screen are some amazing cameras that we have today, which are working finally, and also all the way from Mumbai, the one and only Amruta Mokal. Hello, Amruta.
Hey, hello, Sagarsha. Good morning, because it's after a long time that there is a morning round happening.
Yes, a great morning. We have a lot of action on our hands. This is going to be very exciting, Amruta. We also have today Harshit Raja taking on Yan Nepomniachtchi. What a day of chess this is going to be. We have,
What a pairing!
yeah, it's an amazing pairing. We have here the entire thing set up. There you can see uh, board number 4. I hope that Harshit Bhai is playing on board number 4, right?
Because Arjun came and Aditya is following him.
Yes.
Maybe I like the 4 scene so that we just get to know. Can we have that? Like when players are coming
Sure. But I'm
and then
not
we can
sure if
just
we have.
studio,
Yeah,
you can then change in between, whatever.
100% Amrita. Let's have.
Oh, guys, there is a poll right now where Sagar has put the question: what are the chances of Harshit Bhai against Nepo today? And great chances is up for 57%.
Amrita, I
Not so
can't.
great,
I thought
43%.
board 4 was Harshit Bhai, but it seems Harshit Bhai has grown very old here.
नहीं नहीं वो तो एकदम ही यंग हेयर कट वगैरह करके रहेगा. He'll make sure of that. We don't have Nepo. Maybe you can just message Lena or Meno in between while
Yes, I will go and you can just speak. I think.
check the
Yeah.
chat and everything. And guys, the pairings are too good today. Finnick is playing Magnus Carlsen. Magnus is black. Uh, Arjun is taking on Khan. Oh, nice. 2489. Bibi Sara is playing Fabiano Caruana. Nepo against Harshit Raja. And then we have Masij Klekowski against Arvind Chithambaram. I think Arvind, yesterday, so many more fans after the SATUL thing. So it's cool. Look at him over here, sitting very. Oh, did he just close his eyes? Yeah, morning is not easy for so many people. We have one board over here, 2 boards. In fact, Shiro in a very great mood. Nikita Vityego very serious. So we can just look at how the whole vibe is. And who's that? Magnus is yet to arrive. By the way, that red shirt, Sagar, it looks like your shirt and also Samay's shirt. So cool. Yeah, exactly, Harshit Goel.
Oh, Amrita, Magnus is here. Do you see Magnus?
Now,
अरे नो क्या अमृता देखो ना.
I'm looking at the 4 screen.
Really?
I- अभी लाइव जो चल रहा है वही देख रही हूँ मैं यूट्यूब पे. अच्छा, ओ आई एम मैं कुछ भी मैं बहुत ही गलत. ओ शिट, मेरा पूरा कमेंट्री गलत हो गया. मैं कुछ और ही स्क्रीन देख रही थी. I'm so sorry, guys. But look at Magnus over there. Wow.
Amruta,
In a white hoodie. It does no strict rules over here. So,
guys,
chal.
look at this.
हर्षद भाई. Oh, क्या बात है. अर्जुन, look at Arjun. Arjun is look playing with whom? आर्यन तारी जैसे दिख रहा है वो. नहीं नहीं, he is. Oh, Magnus ने क्या किया? He's removed all the pieces.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
look at Magnus.
because they have to put up, right, Amruta, all the pieces now. And
अच्छा,
Harshit by
पोजीशन अभी तक
smiling.
मिला नहीं है.
Harshit by smiling there. He's like,
Harshit is
"Maya."
knowing everybody is watching. Sagar, everyone's watching. यार ये बहुत अमेजिंग पेयरिंग है. लाइक आई डोंट नो व्हेन वाज द लास्ट टाइम. लाइक एवरीथिंग लुक्स सो एक्साइटिंग.
Amruta, can you check the chat if they can hear
यस.
and do everything? If you can also see what is the mood in the chat, guys?
The mood in the chat, first of all, we have right now around 500 people at 1:48 p.m., which is a working hours in India. So I'm sure once the game starts, more people will join in. We have only 75 likes, Sagar. Not even a century yet.
Please like कर दो दोस्तों.
With each of Harshit's good move, I think we'll get a lot of likes. An epic battle today, says Ramesh.
Yes.
Shreya, oh, look at Nepo. Nepo has given the score sheet to Harshit. Harshit is smiling because, he's like, naam likho tumhara. Basically, he's like, write your name.
Ultimate, like Nepo is using mind games. I think
I
Harshit
know,
Bhai
and-
should also do it. He should be like,
Exactly.
please take. I don't know your spelling.
But Sagar, did you see Nepo like just did a thumbs up after Harshit wrote his name, and he was in good mood. He's also smiling. He's also knowing now a lot of Indian fans for Harshit Bhai. Magnus, if you look at him, it does feel he may not have slept well. But look at Finnick. What a moment for him to get to play against Magnus Carlsen and this young talent. I think he cannot be underestimated. So it's already a challenge there. But we'll know. Yeah, first 10 moves actually give us a very good idea. So Magnus को थोड़ा कट किया है क्या तुमने?
नहीं, ये सही है, वो आगे आएगा बाद में.
अच्छा, okay. And Arjun का मोड कैसा है?
Who
Magnus
is
wearing
Arjun's
white, Arjun
opponent?
wearing
Can you
black.
please check, Amrita?
I'll tell you. I will
Pepsi
tell
Cola
you.
says Harshit is so bubbly. He's got this. अरे हर्षित भाई आज आए थे, पानी लेके गए in the commentary room. We couldn't start this on time because I was also working on something like the video of the previous round. So otherwise we could have had Harshit bhai's thoughts before the game.
अरे मजा आता था. चलो कोई नहीं, ये भी सही है. By the way, his opponent is Gokir Khan. Kem Khan. Sem Khan.
I remember him. He was the second of Nurgul Salimova in the candidates actually.
Oh, acha, got it. He is from Turkey.
Yes.
Okay. So Arjun is playing against Khan. So Arjun is basically
Actually,
saying
it's
that
called
ठीक से सुनना.
Chan. CAN is Chan, I think.
No, Khan.
Khan. Okay. I don't know. Maybe.
Low volume suddenly हो गया.
अच्छा. ठीक है.
मेरे को तो ठीक ही लग रहा है, but I don't know what people are saying. But anyway, can we keep the 4 का screen? हाँ. Let's have the handshake will be together, but Nepo is like, okay, कब शुरू हो रहा है? सब लोग रुके हैं. Everyone's waiting for the games to begin, and there you go.
अरे Amrita, position has been set up now. They are setting up the position. It's not handshake.
But वो blackout क्यों होता है उधर?
नहीं होगा, थोड़ा setting कर रहा था.
Here they don't get much time. I think once the position is set, they'll be like, start your games very soon.
Yes.
Wow. Guys, we'll look at the position in a moment, but for now, it's a important moment. Somebody is coming in between Arjun's camera. Has to take care. Magnus is adjusting his pieces. I'm just looking at even for baby Sarah, it's an amazing. I mean, for everybody, yeah, such pairings. How rarely such a thing can happen.
Yeah.
So,
but Bibi Sara is like has played at the top level many times, so maybe she will be.
Oh, handshakes over there. There you go. The clock. Arjun's opponent is starting the clock, but okay, just now it started. What is Fabi's opponent saying? Acha, clock is not starting over there.
Amrita, which game do you want to go to?
No, I would love to start from game 1, obviously, and we'll go in the order. But I think this is a great one, great screen, because no move. First 4 boards, and we get to know that no move yet from white. How long people are thinking. I'm loving this screen. What about you, Sagar?
Yeah, I would love to show the position also to the people because what is exactly happening and so on, like what are the pieces, where are they placed and so on, what are they thinking. But yeah, you are right, we can also have a look at this for a minute or so to just see their body language, and then go to the chessboard to see what is the first move that we can expect from all of them.
Absolutely. Ooh, Finneck is the first one to play what? D4? C4,
I think
no?
c4 is on the board, Amruta.
Okay.
And
And Nepo is reacting. Like, he's kind of they're used to taking 10 minutes after the position is set in the last freestyle. So यहाँ पे their clock is already ticking.
yeah, I think they will take their time. It's then that's how they are used to it. So that's very much possible. But really, for Harshit, it is such a big moment. I think he facing Nepo in freestyle chess. I feel he has a realistic chance to push his opponent hard here, and yeah, there will be a lot of interest in that game. Should we go to the game of
Yeah,
Magnus and see what the
sure.
first move has been played by Finek?
Yeah, let's
It's
go.
actually Finek Václav is his name. Um, we haven't yet got the moves coming, but I think they will come pretty soon. Or maybe I just need to refresh here. That sometimes refreshing does help.
And we have Gurpreet Singh asking, how is the weather there, Sagar Bhai? As Magnus is wearing a hoodie and Ajju Bhai a t-shirt. हाँ रे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है because t-shirt is usually it's a warm weather
Yeah.
and hoodies it's slightly cold. So actually a question.
Yeah, I think in general here it's not very, very cold right now. It's quite nice. Um, I don't know, Amrita, because I just ran from my hotel, which is 1 minute away, and came here. So I have no clue
You ran
how.
for 1 minute. That's a good warm up.
Yeah, I just don't know exactly what's happening outside. So for now, we can see that the
Yeah.
board is not updated in Leeches. So
Okay.
we are
Sagar,
seeing
all that
Magnus
matters is
Carlsen in an
what's
open
happening
tournament
inside.
after.
So
Sorry,
this is
guys.
good.
That was a small video that I had just made. Um,
कुछ दिखा नहीं, but it's fine.
no, no,
Arjun
no,
has
आवाज
made
सुनाई
his
दे.
first move, D4 on the board. And Bibi Sara is thinking, here we also understand the pattern. Nepo played his move, and look at that. He's just got up from the board, away from the board, leaving Harshit by all alone.
Oh my God. He made a move?
Yeah, yeah. Nepo played D4 as per my visual understanding.
बढ़िया भाई.
बट गाइस चैट है ना हर्षित भाई के साथ सो अपना तो उसको सपोर्ट है ही अर्जुन looks fresh मतलब because normally whenever there is a round at 10 a.m. Sagar so many open tournaments
But
also
I think,
when we
Amrita, here the main thing is they don't have to prepare. So that
yeah
really helps in some
oh
ways.
right at night they can sleep sooner or even in the early morning they don't have to wake up to prepare
Yes.
so though it's an interesting question that our player is preparing in
We are
general
seeing
sense,
Magnus Carlsen.
like randomly guessing if this is the position or some things because it's highly possible, right? It's just like that when there is too much to prepare, you're like, okay, fine, it's okay even if you don't prepare.
Right.
But the players keep thinking about chess. Is Pranav Venkatesh playing? No, Pranesh is playing over here. Leon, Pranesh, Aryan, Chopra, they're all playing. If Khan says Harshit by waiting for Magnus to play. No, but the move is different. No, here he's played D4, and I think Finnick has played C4. We
Okay,
have
Amrita, we have
Arjun's
moves,
opponent
by
making
the
a
way,
move.
here. So first, Magnus's game, we have C4 here, played by Finek. You were right, it was C4 that was played in this position. And Magnus, if you look at the position now carefully, we have a bishop that is looking here, a knight that can come out, a rook, a queen, a knight here, a bishop, king, and rook. So, in a way, if you think about it, if I can play like e3, bishop e2, or g3, bishop g2, I can short castle next move. And then the position knight f3, it's very close to queen's gambit. So let's just imagine I start with knight f3, you play let's say c5, I go g3, you play knight c6, I play bishop g2, you play knight f6, I short castle, and already we can see like c4, b3, knight c3, a very standard position can happen.
Oh, so that means if it is going to go into a little bit of a classical sort of a position, what would you say? Would Finnick be happier or not so happy?
I think he's played c4, he's kept his options open. Magnus knows very well that, restricting opponent's pieces is very important. So with this move, he's already stopped the white pawn from moving forward because the rook would be hanging. So maybe knight f3 is a very logical move here to just
In fact, b3 I would say, because I want to also stop your g6.
Also good move, b3, opening this up, and I think very logical. Maybe Finnick will go for that move. Let's have a look at what is up with Harshit Bhai's game, because Harshit.
No, we'll go from second game mode, Sagar.
No, let's go to Harshit first, Amrita. Please.
Okay.
So d4 by Nepo. भाई यहाँ पे तो flip बनता है. d4 and Harshit actually plays d5 pretty quickly after 2 minutes of thought, and which is the best move in the position. And Nepo goes b3, and I think Nepo knows from his freestyle experience that this is a good move because c4 can be played. And look at Harshit, he's not on the board, he's making Nepo wait there. Badhiya.
Here, actually, if you see, Sagar, the queen on d8, bishop on f8, and knight on b8. 3 pieces like in classical chess. And when castle will happen, it will convert to 4 more. That's why it's so easy to get into a classical kind of a scenario. And Nepo also may want that.
Yes.
But where is Harshit Bhai?
Harshit Bhai, where are you?
एक मिनट important है हर्षित भाई आ जाओ.
Yes, and Amrita, guys, let's think with him. What will you play here as black? What will be your move? Amrita, आपका क्या रहेगा move यहाँ पे as black?
I'm not answering only up and all that. I don't relate with it.
Amrita, तेरा क्या move होगा? What's your move, Amrita?
मेरा move.
Kaustubh Kalyani says e6. Not a bad move, Kaustubh. Well done. Then Lentil says c5. Also not a bad idea. Anand Chatterjee just retracted his message. अरे क्या हो गया आनंद भाई? Harshit coming to commentary room to share his initial thoughts like confession booth in Paris.
Oh my god.
Yes, guys, we have updated the title of the stream. I had made a mistake keeping it as round 1, but I have now updated it to round 2. आज सब कुछ चंगा सीख दोस्तों. Harshit bhai is back on the board. The stream is going pretty well. We have no tech issues today. A big shout out to Menno and Leonard and the iMotion team for helping us sort this out, and also to the organizers of Grenke and Freestyle Chess who have been instrumental in us streaming this tournament. तो मजा आ जाएगा दोस्तों. अभी तो शुरुआत हुई है दोस्तों, बहुत कुछ
अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है. तो लोगों का अच्छा मैंने स्टार्ट किया है.
The bars have to be updated. True. Yes, guys.
Everything step by step.
Chat is always
it's all happening.
Very up to date.
Generally, it's very easy to find flaws, Sagar. So, फटाफट. अच्छा बार नहीं है ये लो बार update.
So we'll have Magnus, Arjun, Nepo, Harshit, Arvind. I was thinking we could have Hans, and we can have one more. Caruana.
People are saying B6, E6, D5, C5. ऐसे सब चीजें है।
अच्छा, let's
अपडेट टाइटल टू राउंड 2 बोल रहा है, बट राउंड 2 नहीं है क्या, है ना?
अभी कर दिया मैंने एक्चुअली.
अच्छा, अभी किया है, ओके,
It took
गॉट इट।
I was a bit slow. I had kept it as round 1.
हम्म।
So now I'm also updating the bars so that we
Ria
have.
is saying, I have exam tomorrow.
अरे
Still
रिया जी,
watching chess shamelessly.
no no
I
no,
need a slap ASAP. अरे बाप रे।
please go and study.
नहीं, you
बीच
can
बीच में आ
watch
जाओ,
this, it's
बीच बीच
fine.
में आ जाओ दोस्तों. Like when you're studying.
Depends on what your aim is in life. Like,
हाँ.
तुम्हें, what do you want to really become? What are you really passionate about? Depends on that.
Shakti says, Amrita, that how is c5 as a move? Can you analyze?
बढ़िया,
It's actually
amazing.
not a bad move. It opens up this bishop, but after pawn takes, rook takes, it's possible. But white has a very nice move here. Can you find it? White to play. Guys, socho. Nikit says, will you also cover Tepe Sigaman? देखो दोस्तों, कवर तो बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं. अब ये देखना है कि कितना हमारे अंदर
खुद को
एनर्जी
कवर
है,
करना पड़ेगा एंड
क्योंकि
में।
ये खत्म होते ही ग्रैंड चेस टूर, उसके बाद अनदर ग्रैंड चेस टूर, उसके बाद ये. सो देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ इवेंट्स दैट आर कमिंग अप. Yes, I really love the people who have mentioned Anmay Srivastav E4. Beautiful move, staying alert to the possibilities in the position that the pin. भाई ये फ्लिप करता हूं तो ऑटोमेटिकली अनफ्लिप हो जाता है. उनको चाहिए कि व्हाइट नीचे रहे. देखते हैं कितनी देर तक. बट E4 and you cannot take here because the queen is hanging. So that's a very key point. That's why I feel that the move c5 may not be the best. Let's keep it for now this way because the board is flipping around. It's getting a bit confusing. So later on, maybe we'll try to update it. But what is the move that Harshit can play here? E6, B6, as Amruta said, pointed it out. Knight f6 also could be a good move, but then
और
you might want to get the knight on d6. So Amruta, you are not so sure about this knight as of now.
no, but Harshit, because normally he used to also consider a move like f4 and f5. So
Hmm.
I'm wondering if he will consider f5 over here.
Right.
But then c4 at this point of time. And yeah, how is f5?
Oh, f5 looks really weakening to me
Hmm,
because knight can jump here, but let's check it out. It is a bad move.
really.
The knight jumps
And you were
in.
right.
Yes.
Guys,
So,
positional players are very quickly finding such weak squares. Basically, वो weak squares पे उन्होंने जिंदगी काफी बनाई हुई है. That is the whole point of being a positional player.
true. Prisha is asking Sagar Bhai, how is knight d6 as a move? That also looks not so bad, Prisha. You're putting your knight here. The only issue I see is that after c4, you suddenly have to worry a bit about these white pawns coming at you in the center, and your knight, while placed pretty okay, might get kicked off. Or if you try to push it to c5, I can take more space with d5. It's not so easy for Harshit to decide what the move ought to be, but I think the most logical move is e6 because it opens the bishop, it keeps the flexibility with your knight, it keeps everything flexible. You can also play b6, by the way, which is a good move. So yeah, these are actually the possibilities. And Sajan says h5. I think Sajan, h5 very creative, but maybe a bit too creative here. With the rook here,
But Sagar, I want to see other games also. I want to see the opening of Arjun and Arvind also.
yeah, let's
And
go
then we
to
can quickly come
the
back here
game
again
of
later.
Ajubai
Like,
here. So Arjun is playing against Goker Khan, as we said.
oh, look whom we have in the chat.
Who do we have?
Devin Anand.
Arre, bye,
Can
bye.
black fiancé to here, or is it a bad idea?
Oh, that's
That
also
was.
a very good suggestion. Just to take this up, G6 is, I think, what Devin is saying. Very nice move. C4, and then maybe take, and you have this very nice vibe in the Grunfeld defense where the bishop is here and you try to strike in the center with C5. It's a very good plan. And then you can, let's say, for example, he goes knight f3. You can simply castle here with black. So very good suggestion.
Wow,
Now,
but even after a long time, Sagar, maybe we should play everyday Shatranj ka Kamal before this stream.
yeah, that's a good idea, Amrita. We'll do that from today onwards. From c4 by Arjun as well. His opponent played c5, b3 played, opening up this bishop on the long diagonal, b6 here, d4. And this reminds me of the games that we have seen from freestyle chess in Paris, where uh, you have this structure as white, and then you push your pawn to e4. Guys, what is this structure called? Like, imagine that I go something like I was going to go g6, it's a mate there, but let's say bishop d7, and I play e4. What is this structure called? Can anyone tell me? Chessbase India, please hold a freestyle online tournament in India, open to all. That's a good idea. We can do online with Chesscom. It might be a good idea. Yes, Sing Silly Point. Marozzi bind is the name. This is known as the Marozzi bind with e4 and c4, where you bind black together.
Okay, so ये तो मतलब today I can say that it is going into all like classical ways only.
अच्छा दिख रहा है. मतलब the thing is here maybe Arjun already has a very pleasant position, but Amrita, black can instantly break the bind right now. Black to play. I want people to answer what is the way in which you don't let your opponent make the bind.
And people know that Akash says Harshit Bhai has connected to us in a way that we really wish and pray that he does well today.
Yes.
क्या बात है?
Akash Bhai says, can we see Don Shah today? Yes. If Harshit Bhai wins, 100% Don Shah will come. 100% guys. मजा ही आ जाएगा.
Sendil actually had given a whole variation with a checkmate in the end in Nepo versus Harshit.
And Amrita, d5 is the move that has been recommended here by a few
6 people. Anand, Singh, Superman, Anmay, Adapt, and PSR.
Beautiful. So this is great. And if you take here, the rook is hanging. So d5 would be nice. So let's see if Gokar Khan breaks in the center. Let's go to the game. Do we have Arvind Chithambaram's game here? Let's see. Yes, there we have Arvind, and all the SATUL fans in the house are very excited for Arvind because c4, he's played c5. He's playing against GM Maciej Klekowski today, 2-4-7-4, and Arvind has responded with the symmetrical move with the black pieces, pawn to c5, and there we have him, totally focused. He's playing on board number 5. A lot of expectations on his shoulders, Amrita, after he performed brilliantly in the Prague Masters, winning it, has now reached as high as world number 11. Is Arvind going to strike here? He's the 5th seed of the tournament. We have Magnus, Arjun, Fabi, Nepo, and then Arvind already. He's the 5th player on stage. So, amazing.
It's so amazing that sometimes like you're just like running a marathon. Like you are not reaching in the first few players, like top players. You're not at the bottom. You're just running and running and running. And suddenly someday in that marathon you like are in the top 5. So keep
Yes,
running, guys.
in general, Arvind was the OG child prodigy of India. Like earlier, I would say the first prodigy of Indian chess, the real like young prodigy. Of course, Vishy Anand, everyone knows, but
by default, anything we talk about Indian chess,
I would say he
it
became
would be
a
by
GM
default.
at 18, Amrita. At
But
that point,
tournament, no, the opportunities were
yes, I understand.
insanely different. So that is
I agree.
not possible.
So he was a prodigy at that point. But in like in terms of very young age, the first prodigy who came up was Parimarjan Negi. He was 13 years old when he became a GM. roughly in the year 2000, I don't know, 2006 maybe. He was 93 born, if I'm not wrong, something like
Could
that.
be.
And but the next prodigy who was really big was Arvind. He was also like 14 or
One
so.
second. When was Nihal? Because when we went to the World Junior in 2014, at that point of time, Nihal was already, somebody
Nihal
we
Prague
were
were just
we
rising at 2014,
Prague
but
at that point of time was there, but Nihal was already like, when we were covering him, he was walking all the time. He was never sitting on the board. So that became very kind of a popular thing.
yes, but Amruta, remember that by the way, opponent played b3, which is the best move in the position, opening up the bishop. So good move by Klekovsky there with b3. Arvind by 2013 had won the Chennai Masters, Chennai Grand Masters at that point. So he was at that point 13 years old.
Which? Sorry. Chennai what?
Where Anand was playing World Championship and there was an open tournament with all the Grandmasters.
Chennai Masters, not the Chennai Grand Masters.
Chennai Masters at that point. And by that time, everyone knew he's super talented. Then it so happened that he slowed down. He became a GM at 14 or so, but he slowed down until the age of 20. He was like, doing okay, 21, okay, 22, okay, 23. And then suddenly, this year, like 2024, 2025, he has been like, no, this is my time now, apna time aega, and he has risen to the top like anything.
Wow.
So,
but it is really inspiring because, sometimes you just hang in there. It's more like just hang in there, kind of.
Yeah. So let's see what Arvind comes up with now. Let's go to the game of the one and only Harshit Bhai, who is not making his move, Amruta, yet.
Oh, he might land up in a time situation though. So very quickly, first of all, we have cameras for the first 4 boards, right?
Five.
5 boards. Who is playing on 5th board?
Arvind.
Arvind on 5th board. Got it. And if we take through the top board as a roundup for first 5 boards very quickly. So Finnick versus Magnus. Or we can take it from 5th to 1 also, from year to 1. Okay, B3. Let me see if I find one variation which Sendil had mentioned, which somehow landed in a mate. Yes. Here you go. C5, Sagar over here. D takes C5. No problem. Tab tak, guys. Let's see if you all are able to visualize this long blindfold variation. C5, DC5. भाई E6 आया है इसके लिए व्हाइट की मुझे DC5 मैं ही मिस हो गया. E6, Knight F3, Bishop C5, Knight C3.
अमृता पहले मेरे को मुंह तो
Queen
बोलो.
B6. नहीं मैं blindfold करवा रही हूँ ना.
वैसे नहीं हो सकता है, बोलो.
वैसे नहीं हो सकता है. You are underestimating the chat.
He played the move, Amruta. Harshit has played the move E6. तो अभी तुम बताओ. C5, sorry.
D takes C5. We cannot flip. That's pretty sad.
We can flip, but the moment a move is made, it goes back to the white side. Okay,
no problem. D takes C5, knight. D takes C5, E6. Knight F3, Bishop C5. Knight C3. Queen B6. E3. Bishop E3.
Oh, wow. That's such a nice variation, actually.
And mate. Just a pattern, nice pattern over there with the king on G1. Nothing can block the check. So, a fantasy variation, as we'll call. Some of the variations which we are often seeing in Chess 960 are the fantasy variations. You would like to keep those ideas in mind, and at some point, something tactically could work out. Tejasvi says, oh my god, just joined and I saw Harshit Bhai playing against Nepo. He always used to commentate. Now we are seeing him in action.
Yes, guys. And it's so beautiful. We have his camera also So everything is good. E6 is one of the best moves, but look at the amount of time Harshit took. He took 17 minutes to play this move. This is not going to work against Nepo long term, but it's also wise to spend a lot of time in the opening in freestyle chess, because when you do that, you get a good position, you have kind of built a good position, and then you can play from there. So, Amruta, that's a good kind of a vibe, right? Like, in a way, think a lot, build a good position by move number 5, and then you can speed up.
Hmm. And because then you've not made any big blunder.
Yes.
So completely important to take time and have a good game. Like Sagar, let's say if you have a choice of playing a very good game and in the end making a mistake in time pressure, or you have the other option is to play a bad game and maybe you are losing in both.
No,
Which loss would you
I would
prefer?
prefer to play a good game and lose rather than play a bad game and lose.
मतलब कोई चॉइस ही नहीं है कि तुम जीतोगे वाला बट
So, guys, Harshit playing on the board, of course, is very inspiring for me and for many others who have been thinking about playing. In fact, he plays a lot of chess. It's just that this time we have been able to cover the event because it's a big one that's happening here. Okay, now Nepo is thinking, should he push his pawn to c4, breaking in the center, which is very likely, guys, that he will play this. Should he go knight d3, which is also very much possible here? Oh, he pushes his pawn to c4. He pushes it. c4 is on the board. There you see on the video as well. Nepo makes the move c4.
you know normally let's say after a situation like c takes d5 e takes d5 the
Yes.
bishop on c8 generally gets out to f5 g4 or such diagonals. This time that's not so interesting, e takes d5, right, with the
Yeah.
bishop on e8. So I was like c6 ideas do not
I don't like
work.
c6 because it
Hmm.
blocks the bishop. But what about b6
Exactly.
now? Opening the bishop.
That looks good, but for c takes d5, are you going to take with the bishop or the pawn?
I think if let's say I go b6 and
Hmm.
it takes, then I would love to take with the bishop for now, because e4 is difficult to play. And if you do play f3 with the idea of
Hmm.
e4, then
c5.
I am very quick to break in the center with c5, and then the bishop goes back, and already a great position for black because the bishop is looking here, the knight can come out, and this is exactly what
True.
the doctor ordered.
Yeah, f3 is what? Exactly what?
The doctor ordered.
ये क्या था?
It's also like the doctor कभी कभी बोलते हैं ना कि मतलब ऐसे करना है ऐसे करना
ये करो. Doctor prescribed kind of. Okay, 97 played by Harshit.
है. What the hell, Harshit Bhai playing with the knight here, and very interesting move, but I think
Do you like it?
I don't like it so much because I have a feeling that Nepo is going to push his pawns forward and kind of make Harshit Bhai regret, because after b6, b4, somehow white seems to have a lot of space.
Wow, c5 is definitely a bit irritating because black always loved whenever there was c5, you were very happy that to bring that bishop to c5. So this c5 takes away all those ideas. And I think for Nepo, it would be a very easy move to make.
I think he'll play it. Maybe the best choice here, Amruta, was to take, and play b6. And that would have opened up this position. It's not an easy decision because you give white a very strong
Oh,
center.
true.
But
No, but
maybe
can you not go c5 directly? Like takes and c5 instead of b6. Or even
I'm a
directly
bit worried
c5.
about the move d5, getting a passed pawn and also opening up the bishop. But maybe it's also playable. You know, like you can play
Isolated, no?
b5, attacking
Yeah,
this
knight
pawn.
goes to d6, you have a great blockader over there.
Like, look at
Or
this
maybe
would be
first,
very sharp. And I
yeah,
think Harshit did not prefer in going into such a
sharp.
sharp position. So he's
Yeah.
trying to be solid. Let's just have a
So
look.
this does happen, no? Sometimes you like something, but your decision when you're playing against your absolute top player would be different than another player.
Right.
By the way, Sagar, do you have what to say? For few seconds, you cannot comment wala thing.
Why?
Because there is copying the same thing. We'll read it there, yeah, but don't put it again and again back to back.
Would be amazing to see Harshit Bhai as a player in the next leg of Grand Slam Tour instead of
Hmm.
commentator, rooting for him. Everyone has the
Wholeheartedly.
same
Yeah,
emotions in the heart for him.
beautiful.
But there we
Maybe he's
see,
writing for others also. Same emotion.
yes,
Hmm.
we have right now um, all the four on the screen. Amrita, we haven't checked the game of Fabiano Caruana. So very quickly heading there and seeing what is happening with Fabi. C4, C5, B3, B6, knight to C3, E6, E3, knight F6, knight F3. So very standard position between Fabi and Bibisara. Fabi is black, Bibisara is white. Bibisara, one of the top players of Kazakhstan, and she is right now playing here against the world's top grandmaster Fabiano. So it's going to be very exciting here.
But Fabi, as we know, is complete. I can even say a monster in freestyle. So
Yes.
it's going to be very hard to beat
Amruta,
him. Akash is saying Anish is tweeting.
yes, what is this tweet? Can we check? And Amruta, Anish Giri has mentioned that he wants to launch some kind of cards and he wants to
Oh,
partner with us on Twitter. C5
hey,
on the
nice,
board.
nice.
C5 on the
Whatever
board.
Anish Giri will do in his life, we are there to partner.
People are asking, what did you chat with Harshit Bhai before the game? You know what
हाँ,
happened was,
ये बताओ
I
जरा.
was working on a video and I was commentating on the Magnus round one game highlight when he came in, and I was like, Harshit Bhai, all the best. I can't say it because otherwise it would go in the recap, but I did this, and then he was like excited, smiling, and he took a bottle of water and he left. So it was very nice. And by the way, I have a very dangerous feeling right now for the black position. Nepo has just right now, like if imagine you are standing in front of Nepo, he has put both his hands on your shoulder, and you might feel that okay, it's just a friendly sort of, he's putting there, but very soon he will crush you. And this is the situation. If Harshit does not wriggle out of it right now, then you can imagine, Amruta, b4 happening, maybe even f4 happening, knight jumping in, this complete clamp on the position, and Harshit will be like suffocated. It's too
Wow,
much in the
yes.
distance, but it can happen.
Absolutely right, Sagar, what you said. And normally, when C5 is played in such cases, the normal response to it is with B6, correct? Where the rook is on A8, and it doesn't make sense many times for white to go early C5. But over here, it's the perfect time to go C5. B6 is not even happening. Rook on C1, there is C6. Oh, wait, for b6, you can't go c6, right? Knight b8, and you might lose the pawn. But
No, but Amrita, yes. Here, no, you are absolutely right. C6, knight b8, you lose the pawn, but white will go b4. And then
yeah,
if
this
you
is
try
very
to
strong.
break here, I can even go now a3, or I can even go c6, attacking your knight, and now
b5
b5.
abhi.
And this would be the ultimate form of uh, uh, prison for both the
नहीं
bishops and knight. Look at this, they can never come
मतलब
out.
बिशप 8 का लाइफ imprisonment ही हो गया ना.
Correct.
He did nothing wrong, still he became a criminal, huh?
True,
Alive.
true. No, he did. Basically, he had to open up before. One move late. By the way, Prisha says a very important move. She says E5. Why not? And Prisha, hats off to your, sense of
Understand.
urgency. Because it is true, you have to do something now. And if Nepo goes E3, you may very well say, okay, now I don't feel so suffocated because I have found my own space here. I can play on the king side. So that's the reason why E5, the problem is Nepo will take. And you can't take this pawn, it's defended here. So you have to take this pawn. Amruta, knight takes c5. And now Harshit has this very tough task of assessing this position. Is it good for him? And Amruta, this pawn dominates a black piece. Can people tell us which one is it?
Nice.
This is the
Nice
problem,
one.
guys. Which black piece is dominated by this pawn?
Awesome.
Himanshu Sangi says, seeing Harshit by playing against Nepo feels like अपनी गली का दोस्त IPL में खेल रहा है.
Oh, a good one. That's a good one.
Yes, guys, knight on e8, Amruta. It's dominated because it cannot come out and it's not a good feeling. So Harshit Bhai goes b6. He's like, Nepo Bhai, give me some space. I'm pretty sure Nepo is going b4 or, yeah, b4 on the board. And Harshit plays c6. What the hell? c6, bishop on on a8, telling Harshit Bhai, Bhai, mera kya hoga? But Amruta, if he didn't do this,
What about e5, no? The
No,
position
no.
which you
Here-
showed
here
at that point of time. Not here, not here.
but just to
When
say to our viewers, this was coming. So that's the reason why Harshit Bhai very cleverly stopped it with c6.
But exactly this is what we were talking initially also when c5 and all didn't happen. That c6 is a structure which we may not be wanting to get into because we do feel some sympathy for the a8 bishop, correct? And when Prisha pointed out the move e5, can you go back to that moment?
Yes.
That sense of urgency is very important. It's as good as like you have a flight and you're not going to miss it. But Sagar lacks that, so he has missed his flight. So
But Amrita,
e5,
sometimes sense of urgency is good. But here you also have to assess the resulting position. And this, I believe, Harshit did not like it, which is why he chose the more sedate option, which according
but
to
ये अच्छा है ना ये I mean in comparison, look, do you want to be a bit suffocated or do you want to have some play where it's not the best for you, but you still feel the freedom, What do you want?
I mean, I can understand your emotions here.
Suffocation and safety or freedom and risk?
To make this more like a moment where we can all learn. But I do feel that objectively this position could be a worse position for black because of the fact that these pawns will all run down. And so, yeah, it's interesting though. Amruta,
It also depends on the style of the player. Like, what do you like that way? Correct. Let's go back. I think you would also choose the positional version.
Maybe. I also wanted to check what is happening with Hans Niemann, by the way. We can see here Hans Niemann is playing a very interesting player, Andrei Devyatkin. And if I'm not mistaken, Andrei Devyatkin used to come to India very regularly to play very strong grandmaster, but has lost a lot of his rating points. Now 2440, but I think he loves freestyle chess. He loves chess 960. That's the remembrance I have because he did not like opening theory, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm completely mistaken, but this is what I remember. So it's going to be a very interesting clash between Hans Niemann and Andrei Devyatkin. We have a super chat, Amruta. Can you read it?
Yeah. Saurabh says, Sagar bhai, how can Arvind and Nihal qualify for EWC Riyadh? What are the chances? I heard only 16 can play.
There is a Champions Chess Tour.
What is the process?
Second leg of Champions Chess Tour organized by chess.com happening, which will take place. And this will be from I think it's in May 20th to 25th or something like this, these dates. And they already had one leg which finished in February. So their top 12 players got points or top 10. And now top 12, another 12 players will get, like the players will get points, and both the events total will be done, and those who finish in top 12 will qualify. But there are 16 spots. So what happens for the remaining 4 spots? For the remaining 4 spots, there is going to be an on-ground qualifier in Riyadh itself. So I think what will happen is, if the tournament is from, let's say, 29th of June to 3rd July, something like this, or maybe it's in July to August, like this period, then 2 days before they might hold a qualifier on ground where the 4 remaining spots will be chosen from.
We also had a super chat from Saurabh Sharma. To make chess exciting, less than 60-second time limit for each move and 3 timeout cards per player. Gives them 10 minutes on that move. Your thoughts?
Yes, I think people have spoken about this. In fact, when I was at GCL, Global Chess League, this discussion was happening, where people were saying that, can we make chess more exciting? Like, in time pressure, it's very exciting, but why don't we bring that element of time pressure every single move? And I think it's open to discussion. As a chess player who has played for many, many years, it does feel a bit weird that every single move you have this pressure of making a move. But then again, something which you haven't done before does feel weird often. But when you do it, and then it feels like, oh, that was logical.
Parag says, hello Sagar sir, on 14th April I went for chess tournament. I scored 5 out of 7 matches and I have never played offline any tournaments. I was just remembering the things you taught. Love you.
Thank you, bhai. Thank you so much. All the best. And Amrita, today we have managed to hit 2.6 million, 20,000, 26 lakh 20,000 subscribers.
Oh.
Yesterday we did cross it. So it's a very, very happy day. And we want to now move confidently towards 26, 21 today. Guys, all your support needed. But if you haven't subscribed to ChessBase India, please do subscribe. We are traveling from here and there, bringing you live content. We want to bring you more and more things that will happen. तो इसके लिए मजा आएगा दोस्तों. Amrita, today you look a bit tired and distracted.
No, I was looking at the comments. People are very excited about Harshit's game. So I was looking at the comment. But I'm here, a little tired because yesterday night it was like I slept at 4 o'clock, and for whatever reason in the morning 7 o'clock it was so cold that I switched off the fan. I don't even know whether the weather was different. It's Mumbai and it used to be so hot, or whether I was not feeling well. So I didn't understand that. But Sagar, Harshit bhai ka game hai. I am excited. I would like to take from board number 1 a roundup for first 5 boards.
Okay. By the way, Amrita, this is a nice position. Let's do a roundup from board 1. First, going to the game of Magnus Carlsen versus Finek Václav.
इसका कैमरा मतलब गलत एडजस्ट हुआ है क्या उनके साइड से?
क्योंकि जब
ऐसा नहीं कि मैग्नस इज नॉट इवन ऐसे टू मच बिहाइंड द बोर्ड. ही इज परफेक्टली वेयर ही शुड बी.
नहीं, when Magnus goes a little bit behind, ये इतना.
हाँ, ये देख और लेके आ ना,
बस इतना ही.
सो दैट वो इक्वल. गॉट इट. Oh, it has converted. D5 is the last move.
It has converted into what? Kind of Fabi game, yeah?
I mean normal chess.
So in a way, Finek might be happy here playing Magnus. He could hold him to a draw here, Amrita. Imagine that after take, rook takes c1, queen takes c1, maybe bishop d5. This does look very, very equalish. Like bishop goes back, bishop e2, bishop e7, castles. Yeah.
No, it's not going to be so easy for Magnus, but we know he's a grinder.
Of course, I think this might end in a draw. That's my feeling.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
I don't know.
No way. Okay, let's see. We'll see. Second one, let's go to Arjun's game.
Yes, let's go to Arjun's game. Arjun is playing against Gokar Khan, and we saw till queen d4, and Gokar Khan did play d5, a good move by him. And yeah,
So he found out he stopped the Meroxybine, matlab, the
yes.
question you had asked. And how did Arjun continue? Arjun is also out of the frame.
But if I extend the frame, Amrita, look at this. Magnus Carlsen is there. So ऐसे we have quad here.
Acha.
So the best I can do is this.
Or you can scale it down a bit, like smaller.
उतना ही है. कितना भी छोटा करोगे उतना ही दिखेगा.
Got it. Look at Arjun not looking at the board at all. And now he was rook d1. So there is a pin over there. d5 is hanging. e6 most natural, but now e4, no?
Well,
And you go knight f6.
e4 maybe there is knight c6 and hitting the queen, and then d4 moving forward perhaps.
No, queen d3. Let's continue. Or queen d2. Queen d3 has this knight e5, knight b4 intermediate moves at some point.
Also, Amrita, you see the queen is now defended, so I can take the pawn. So
Okay. Knight c6 is a good move. So you can't go e4. It's a mistake.
So e3 by Ajju Bhai. And already Gokar Khan here has a very nice move, guys. Black to play. What will you play here? It's not easy. It's not winning or anything.
But it's not the same move, huh?
It's a nice move here. Srirang says, are you planning to add wooden chess set in CBI online shop? It's a dream since 2020, guys. To have a wooden chess set.
Fulfill it.
To have a wooden chess set in our shop. I hope someday we will be able to fulfill it. I really hope that we can.
Spence Rayan says, thank you for your hard work and excellent coverage you're providing. Thank you for watching, guys. 4HM asks, I want to know what is written on the bar. 0.23, 0.24, 0.03.
Yes,
it's a lot of mathematics which you need to learn for at least 5 years. Only then you understand what the numbers mean over there.
Well, yes, the thing is 0.00 means the position is equal. Anything that goes in plus sign means white is better. Anything that goes in minus means black is better. Now if you reach 1, then it's like 1 pawn advantage. It's already substantial. 1.5 to 2 is almost winning position, and the same in the negative is winning for black, and so on. So Amrita, knight c6 has been played by Gokar Khan, but the best move, and which was very difficult, I think not many, Jash Haria did find it. Kudos to him. Bishop e7 with the idea of putting the bishop here and trading it is a very good one. Good job, Jash.
No, this was tough move, Sagar, bishop e7. Because firstly, you are here, you have to unlearn that. Develop your pieces, and if you can develop your piece with a tempo. So knight c6 is so logical for that matter. And that's where you will miss bishop e7. So even Arjun, I think, would be considering majorly knight c6. What did he play for knight c6?
Queen b2. He's gone back here. And I like Arjun's position. I think he's already gotten a nice little edge. He's putting pressure here. Not at all easy for Gokar Khan to play. Again, bishop e7 to f6 is the best idea here. Let's go to the third board now, Amrita.
He finds bishop e7.
Nice. Good move. Gokar Khan showing his class here. Arjun has to play carefully. The threat, of course, bishop f6 to win material or just put white in an uncomfortable position. So let's go to Fabi versus Bibisara Asabayeva. You see here.
Before that, Chess Studio has asked, I contacted Sagar sir on Gmail for my sister, who is 3 years old. I wanted to know about chess coaches in Pune. Could you please suggest me? I'm serious about it, Sagar. Okay, he has emailed us.
I think before I recommend you anything, I would seriously recommend you to go for Chesspa books. And the first workbook is for 3-year-olds. So there it involves coloring and so on. And you can also take the main book, which is a storytelling. So with the workbook, you can tell stories, and if you see there is an interest, then they
If
will
she's on
pick up.
level 2 already, no, level 1, she'll definitely, if she's really interested. Level 2 solve, then definitely, 100%.
हाँ मतलब start with it. I would seriously recommend. We have seen great results. Meghalaya government actually has converted our books into their local languages of Chesspa for their program of chess in schools there. So these books are reaching a lot of people. Amruta, I mentioned to you, but I don't think we've spoken about it. I was in France. I went to Blitz Society. I showed those books, and they said if they like it, maybe they'll convert it into French. Who knows, perhaps here in Germany, if I would ask to someone and they like it, they'll also be converted to German. Maybe it will help to reach more and more people.
And we just had a new order yesterday with slightly updated version as well.
Ah, yes, absolutely. By the way, Amruta, this is looking so symmetrical. Actually, it's 100% symmetry. I think Fabi is just playing. He's waiting for Bibisara to do something flashy like d4. When after take d5, this will already be a nice position for black. So let's see how this game pans out. Let's go to Harshit Bhai's game, the game which we have all been waiting for. We have some update. Oh my goodness, Harshit Bhai here goes for
E5 कहाँ से
e3,
आया?
g5. I can literally say, see Harshit Bhai saying, Sagar Bhai, let's go by. But
Arey G5, but Indian doesn't like it. Let's keep that aside for a while. Like it just doesn't
this
matter for
move
now.
is so provocative. I can't believe that he's doing this. It's like, Amruta, there's a guy who is kind of unable to fix his personal issues, doesn't have time for his family, but decides to start a new business venture. Like, for example, you can see there's already problems here with the bishop and all. And Harshit, like, I don't care, I'm going all out. And I don't know why Nepo did not
Oh my
play
God.
h4. He would have opened this up. The queen could have gone here. It was such a powerful move. Maybe Nepo didn't like giving up this pawn. I don't know. I mean, it would have been very, very
Oh, he
good.
played H4, no?
No, he
That's...
first played knight d2. Harshit Bhai
Hmm.
now put his bishop here, and now h4 on the board, and it's already looking really, really good for Nepo. But I must say that kudos to Harshit for showing some really, this feistiness on the board with g5, although it doesn't seem like it has worked out.
Wow. Okay, but let's keep the move G5 for a moment. And can you try to get into Harshit's mind, Sagar, when Harshit played G5? कैसे सोचता रहेगा? Like, you've heard him commentating. So, क्या चल रहा है उसके mind
I
में?
think Harshit got a bit he felt a bit caged right now. He felt like, oh, there is less space here. I need to do something. And he lashed out. Maybe it would have been better if he would have, bishop b7. It's very difficult to play against Nepo such positions because
No, Sagar, that's why, like, let me take a moment here. It is really important to this sense of urgency that E5 move. And it may not be the best, but what happens over there is you still have some freedom. So that advantage might be better for white, but if you see it's still in control. When you are suffocated, what happens is at some point you explode. Because everybody loves freedom, yeah? So just life that he's showing over here.
Could be. Yeah, you're right, Amrita. There are definite points here, and I do feel that, guys, for Harshit, it is all about trying his best against these top players. Never easy against someone like Nepo, who's world's best and just has this very deep understanding of chess. But his game is not over yet. But I do
No,
feel
not at all. Forget over. Like this is still very exciting.
no, Amrita, I do feel that Nepo has really a solid edge here because what is Harshit going to do now? Does he go h6? Does he can't push the pawn, it's a free pawn. If he takes here, he can very likely his king becomes super weak.
Queen g4 will also jump in,
Yeah.
and then g7. Yeah. Okay.
So
Maybe not gh4. What is the problem with h6?
Oh,
he takes gh4.
He took. H6 is possible, Amruta, but maybe there are some other issues with this. For example, a very powerful move here is knight d3, getting the knight into the game. Maybe later trying for e4 break, where the knight will jump in and you will have more pieces at the king. So Harshit lashed out. Now g takes h4, and he's telling Nepo, you can't take the pawn, my queen is defending. But Nepo can come to queen h5 with his queen g4, as Amruta pointed out. And f3.
Knight f6, queen g4, knight f6, you have queen g5, knight
just
e4.
take this, no?
Wait. Acha, you will just take it. And knight e4, queen. Anyway, we'll take it on
h5 is
e4.
the best move, Amruta. Then if you can trade queens, then nothing like it. Like you are happier.
Yeah. Hey, then it is a nice move. So queen, that is why queen h5 was mentioned by you, so that it stops the h5 move as well.
Yes. And
this was something we never thought. Yeah, g5 was like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
एकदम ही shocking. So great courage by Harshit against Nepo. ये तो बोल ही सकते हैं. मतलब after the game, no, he'll enjoy.
Yes, we'll see Amruta how everything pans out. We know it is first time experience for us. Harshit playing, we commentating, he coming here or not coming, fans rooting for him. Of course, he will feel the pressure. He was telling me before the tournament that I do feel a bit of pressure because there are always expectations, and I've seen this from people who have been in the public eye, like Levi Rosman and so on. I mean, Hikaru is a class apart because he's world's best player. But Levi, for example, they do start getting worried at some point when there are negative comments coming, like they would say, don't play chess, stick to commentary, all of these things. And I feel like Harshit should not worry about these things, and I request all of you to be supportive to him throughout the event. It will really boost his morale.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you see in cricket, for example, Harsha Bhogle is one of the best commentators, and people never say to him ki, cricket khelo. Or even if he plays cricket and he gets bold, so people won't be saying ki, "Arey, kya kar rahe ho tum?" Because they know the difference over there at that point of time.
Yeah, maybe not the best analogy there, but
No, not at all. It was such a wrong analogy. Oh God, absolutely. ये क्या ही कर दिया मैंने. Sagar, help me to
बहुत अच्छा बोला तुमने.
थोड़ा सा उस पे modify कर दो.
Yes.
Bishop f6 is the move suggested by Sumayu and Anand and other people. What Harshit also played that.
Look at Harshit.
Very cool, guys.
Amruta, he's like, but pawn दूंगा नहीं मैं.
He's inspired from Arjun because in commentary also he had mentioned about Arjun. We all know that he keeps his extra material intact.
Yeah, he doesn't give it. He's like, मैं रखता हूँ खुद के पास ये pawn को. Yeah, it's a good decent move, but we don't know if this is going to be helpful or not because look at Nepo, भाई इतना fast खेल रहा है. E4, boom bam.
But
Bye, Nepomniachtchi is like Harshit bhai. Sorry, it's a great move by the way. E4, Amruta, look at this because he's opening up his knight here and his pawn is very well defended. So D4 is very securely defended and Harshit is missing his bishop on A8 from the action.
It's almost like a piece down for now. And now E5 and all is not going to help at all. It's too late.
No, now
like
E5,
flight उड़ गया है, flight miss हो गया है.
E5 तो directly pawn ही मर रहा है. We can't do this. It's a great move by Jan Nepomniachtchi. It also shows how Jan is actually putting so much pressure on Harshit. It's amazing.
Can he go knight G7? if you go e5, I will sit back on e7, and
It seems like an idea, Amrita.
and
Now,
knight f5, I'm jumping now.
yeah,
But
it
you will
does
go bishop d3.
it does give Karo Khan vibes somehow. With just the problem that this bishop on a8 is just terrible.
And there is no scope, like bishop b7 pe bhi aake to get bishop a6 is still out of.
Yeah.
Oh God, that bishop. And even if it goes to c8, matlab, you try everything. Like it's like, you tell that person ki you can evolve. But वो कोई chance ही नहीं है उधर.
Actually, Peter Lecco made a very nice point when I asked him, like, Peter, you've been commentating for so many freestyle events. Do you think your understanding of freestyle would have improved and it will help you when you play over the board? And he said something very nice, which kind of makes a lot of sense for all the people, like, let's say, myself, Harshit Bhai, Tanya, all of us who are commentating quite a lot, is that he said my understanding would have improved, but the decision making is the main aspect of chess. Which move to make at which point, and therein, as a commentator, you never have to make decisions. You have to just lay down the options and say this is what is happening. But as a player, you have to decide A or B or C, like just one. And this is what is really tough. And I think, Amrita,
I'll add something to this actually, because it is not just decision making. Decision making under pressure is what changes. Here also we ask so many times what is the move, and actually we are able to find a move, like if we have to take the decision, because there is no pressure. And Harshit also has said number of times that he's able to find good moves here. यहाँ पे कैसे मिल रहा है, उधर मिलेगा तो अच्छा है. So it is the pressure through which when we take decisions.
By the way, Amrita, knight g7 on the board, your move has been played by Harshit. Let's go now to the next board. Arjun Chithambaram here playing.
I would like to read some, give me a minute, no?
Yeah, please.
Sanket Parmar says, want to go Uzbek, Grand Swiss. Any chance to meet Grandmasters? Grand Swiss to बहुत time है ना?
अभी time है, but I think it's a good idea there. And generally in a tournament like Grand Swiss, which is classical and long format, there should be an option to meet the players.
And we have Sankhya who says she has been the winner of the GAM event.
Yes. Congratulations, wow. Sankhya.
Amazing. And yeah, Sandeep says Harshit Bhai is clever. He's playing well due to lessons learned during his commentary stint. But Sagar Bhai did not play like him in tourneys, as he always keeps playing with our jazbat. Always.
Right.
Wow. ठीक है, but chat में मजा आ रहा है सबको. We have 1600 people watching. We have 626 likes. And we have 26,20,129 subscribers. और सागर कुछ कहने जा रहा है. बढ़िया सा.
1000 like कर दो दोस्तों, 1000 like, and let's hit 31 more subscribers. 26,200 हो जाए दोस्तों. Please do like and subscribe the stream so that more people join. Today we have another round. So this is the second round of the tournament. We will have the third round starting at 4 p.m. local time, which is 7:30 p.m. Indian time. Do join in. We are going to have a lot of fun in this tournament. बहुत मजे करने वाले हैं. तो आप सबका साथ का सिर्फ अमृता कंप्लीट करो. साथ की क्या है?
आप सबके साथ की जरूरत है. Really, you lost the word जरूरत?
No, I wanted to use something better than जरूरत. तो सबकी साथ की कमी है or something like that.
ठीक है, हिंदी को निखिलेश भाई को पूछना पड़ेगा. गाइज, ऑन अ नोट, इफ यू गेट अ मोमेंट, गो टू हिंदी चेस बिज इंडिया एंड सब्सक्राइब देयर एंड देन कम बैक ओवर हियर.
वो भी कर रहे क्या स्ट्रीम?
नहीं, वो नहीं कर रहा है स्ट्रीम. चैनल को तो सब्सक्राइब कर ही सकता है ना.
But Amrita, I'm a little bit worried about Arvind's position. Not that it's bad in any way. It's just that white has gotten a very nice bind on the position with space. The knight could jump here, and you can see Arvind thinking, 1 hour 6 minutes to him. His opponent has 1 hour 5 minutes.
Really worried because I am feeling very comfortable for black.
Yeah.
It's going to convert into more like those Khan structures, and the question is white going to be able to create any attack? Like any possibilities of sometime like short castling in g4 and those ideas, or f4, is he planning to go with the rook already on d1? So normally black keeps his queen on, like he'll go queen c7, and at that point of time white rook, when it is on c1, you have to be careful about knight d5 ideas.
Yeah, that's a good point here. So a lot of interesting possibilities. And Amrita, I was just checking if we have any other game videos today.
Yeah, you can check, and I'll also check what are the other interesting pairings which we need to know. And yesterday, what were the biggest upsets? Because I think who lost on top? No, 2430 player. So not like a big upset about 2600. Yeah, everybody managed to win.
Yeah. By the way,
Maybe a
the
draw by 20.
fastest moving game right now is Nepo versus Harshit by, because Nepo is a player who moves so fast. He doesn't need time to think. Look at this: e4, knight g7, instantly pushed his bishop to d3.
Oh, he played that. Yeah, now he's threatening e5, I
I mean,
think.
in general, he wants to play e5, but he can even wait.
Why will he wait
I
if
mean, step
e5
by
is a good
step,
move?
queen e2 also, because when you play e5, you do lose some squares. So keeping it here helps.
You are not worried about the double pawn, kya? Like e5, bishop e7 ke baad. Let's try. Okay, what will you play here as black? Guys, what is your suggestion for Harshit Bhai?
I think bishop back to
Anand says
e7.
bishop b7. Bishop e7, okay, e5.
Yeah,
Now if you go knight f5,
that
okay.
would be pretty
Bishop f5.
miserable.
Yeah, look at the pawn
Take.
structure. You have two doubled pawns and two basically isolated doubled pawns.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Just
But okay, if
structure
I can
is
get my
finished.
knight here, it might be good. But it's not so easy.
This is like already one thing in hand. ये तो है ही. उसके अलावा you will try to think of more things like.
Yeah, I do feel that Harshit is
Tough
right
task.
now in. Oh, look at this great suggestion by Neil Modi. He says, can black go queen c7 here? And then if you go all out on the attack, let's say you're trying to launch an attack here with your pieces, Harshit Bhai can long castle.
The problem is whenever you long castle, there also white has pieces placed in a way where once b5 and things will come, it could get dangerous, no?
True,
Okay, b5
true,
will help your bishop as well.
true. In a
Maybe
way,
that is the only practical way to go about.
I think it's a
Maybe.
great suggestion. It's a great, ability to be alert.
Yeah, you must be having good problem solving skills, Neil Modi. Manjunath says, Hi Sagar, I am in Germany. I wish to watch the match experience it once. Is the convention center open for viewers?
Right.
नहीं, what right? क्या सुना? Is the convention center open for viewers?
Yes, right. It is.
अच्छा.
I think
Oh, so
here
anyone can come and
here
watch the games.
people can. I think they are welcome because Amrita, there's a huge book stall outside in the premises. There will be a venue tour that we will put. We put a venue tour without everything being there when it was just before the first day. Now we'll put a venue tour with everyone being there. There is actually a huge shop here, Amrita. It's like incredibly big with like hundreds and thousands of books and chess sets, and it's just amazing. बहुत सही है.
Oh yeah, it was very cool. I think Aditya had shared a video on our WhatsApp group.
Yes.
So it was
Yes.
beautiful. बढ़िया है. Wow, क्या चल रहा है सागर? और आज मतलब what is your prediction firstly कि क्या होने वाला है? Arvind will win this round. Arjun will win. Like
I have a feeling like if I have to tell you, I get this
Top 5
feeling
boards
that
prediction.
Magnus Carlsen might not be able to win today. This is my
Bold
feeling.
prediction, huh?
It
Oh,
also
look at
comes
him. Is
from
he
the
sleepy?
yeah. It's too early, Amrita. 10 a.m. for chess players often is wake up time.
Yeah, Anna. I mean, this is one thing where I was very, very happy that I'm not in Grenke and I'm in India.
I agree. It's a little tough for sure.
What is the prediction? Not a win for
Yeah,
Magnus. Okay,
I
let's
think
go to
it's
the next
possible for
one.
Finek to hold this position. This is my feeling. Also, if you see Amrita, the starting position was such, no, with the queen being on its initial square like in normal chess, with the king being on the square where you short castle in normal chess, and all of this has led to this position not being super sharp. You know, when these
Hmm.
factors are there, we lead to a position which is more calm in nature.
Hmm.
And you
Yes.
can see here also the position pretty equalish in nature. Again, Arjun, I have a feeling might find it a bit difficult, but at least he has some pressure and ability to create a isolated pawn for his opponent. So my feeling is Arjun will win.
And
Karun,
white is having everywhere this very slight edge, maybe not in this game basically. Fabi has played well, but a bishop on 8. Wherever the bishop on 8 is a problem, I think black is going to be in trouble. So look at Fabi. His bishop is open. If you go to the last game, Arjun's game, somewhere Arjun has the slight edge with the bishop on 8 not being so active or being a defender. What was Magnus's bishop doing? How was it? Okay, he has also kept it very flexible. So that way their understanding is good. And now going to, I think, Arvind's game. Arvind with the black
Harshit,
pieces.
first Harshit, board 4.
Acha, Harshit
This
is good.
bishop, very bad.
Gone. And then Arvind, if you look at the bishop, okay, that's pretty open. So here I have more, like he will be able to at some point get a break. So
Yeah,
the bishop is making a big, playing a big role. Like
yes.
विलन है या हीरो है या साइड कैरेक्टर है क्या है
True, true. And then we have Amruta Mamedyarov playing against Tobias Keuler, and the game is roundabout even. We have Wesley So here, guys. Wesley is playing with the black pieces against Ere Kilic. It's also equal. You will see Levon Aronian playing with the white pieces. This seems like a crazy position. He's a pawn down here, Levon. But look at his white pieces looking really vibrant, wanting to jump in here. Levon's position does look nice. I mean, pressure here, but who knows? Like black is a pawn up, so
yeah
if manages to stabilize, could be doing very
and
well.
also very less pieces on the board so not very sure okay by the way Levon's wife Annie had sung no in that tournament it was very nice
Did you hear it? It's on the Chess Days India Clips
yeah
channel.
that's where I saw no that's where I saw it was very nice.
Himank has a very good point. He says Ere Kilic, who is playing Wesley So, is a young talent from Turkey, and he won't be surprised if he manages to hold Wesley So. My feeling is Wesley has enough juice in this position to be able to put pressure on Kilic with the G file having control here, rooks doubling, the bishop being very active. So I think tough game for Kilic. Domingos, by the way, is playing against Injak, Teodora Injak, who is a good player. So equalish position here, and Devyatkin Niemann should very likely end in a draw here, Amrita. It seems so equalish.
Really but one question to you is of course I completely agree with the pawn structure and all and white's rook if it reaches on 7th rank then maybe black is in trouble. Similarly, black's rook on d2, yeah. But c7 is controlled. Oh, same problems. Their knight on e8 is controlling, your knight on b1 is controlling.
Yeah. So not so easy to break in here. Then we
Oh,
go.
there is another rook on h8 and h1. We might just forget it for a
No, they
while.
will short castle, so they'll come in. Look at this, Amrita. Milton Pansar has gone for a crazy attack against Lake Wong Liam. It's again a game to follow. Then Richard Rapport seems to be doing really well against Kuksari Khan. So Richard might win. MBL is equal against Druska Jan. We have Vincent Keimer putting pressure on Anthony Virig with the white pieces. Yu Yangi versus Dinara Wagner. It seems like Yu Yangi's position much better. Dinara seems to have played with a lot of energy and creativity, but sometimes, it's not enough against these top players. We have Javokir Sindarov here, who's putting a lot of pressure on Jonas Rosner. So Javokir, we saw his amazing play in Weisenhaus. We saw how he manages to fight against the best in the world. So he might be one of the favorites in this tournament, Amrita.
Wow. And yeah, we have some updates in Nepo versus Harshit Sagar.
By the way, we have another creator, Amrita, before we go to that game. Julian Song is playing with black and he's losing to Etienne Bacro. Julian Song is a well-known YouTuber from France. When I went there, I got to know. But he's also losing.
And does he sing? No. I mean, it's a serious question. No.
No.
Don't know.
He must be singing though. I don't know.
Julian Song. Okay.
Karthikeyan Murli is completely winning against Kasper Tomasevsky, which is a nice start for Karthikeyan in this tournament.
We should not forget that Qatar Masters, Karthikeyan was the one to beat Magnus Carlsen. So over here, is he going to reach Magnus Carlsen? Because if he can do the feat one more time, like once more, maybe it goes into history. By the way, Sagar, today, let's go to Nepo's game because I think, did you have breakfast today?
Yes.
That's my question.
I had. In a bit of a hurry, but I had it.
Kya tha?
Oh, by the way, Amrita, Harshit by fighting back a bit, knight f8 and Nepo's move knight e5, not appreciated by the engine so much. It says that it was better for white here to play a4 or bishop c3, calmly building the position, but Nepo going in for something more active. Harshit
but a4 and bishop c3, Sagar, it cannot really come to your mind. It feels like all plays happening on the king side, and even if there is a better idea, it would be on the king side.
True. I agree with you. So knight f3 played here by Nepo. He's just bolstering his knight in the center of the board. Let's see if Harshit is managing to fight back.
Okay. Can we try to think what Harshit can play over here?
Yes. While you are thinking, Amrita, I'll be just back in a second.
Aram se jao. Oh yes, Hemant, that Sagar did mention about that. That's true. He was the second Gokar Khan. Queen c7, knight f4, knight h5, queen c7. Yeah, queen c7 was one of the ideas which we were looking at with the long castle idea Neil had suggested. Knight f4 looks, at least at this moment, one of the absolute candidate moves to consider because it attacks the d3 bishop. I would definitely start with that. Knight f4 and what is white's best way to continue. You would not want to give the light square bishop in that way. Like when we were taking the bishop for the g7 knight when it came to f5 was because of the pawn structure. Okay, maybe Nepo wants to bring more pieces forward So that I think he's very interested to sacrifice somewhere. कहीं ना कहीं he has an eye on the f7 pawn maybe. Let's see. Knight f4, knight g4 is suggested by Cool Gamer. And also another idea SSC is knight h5, knight f4. Lot of ideas, but this does seem like, you are able to at least have a better situation somewhere. Done. Bishop b7 right now doesn't really improve the position in any way. Cannot even say that it improves the piece position for now because it has still nowhere to go. So I think it could be better if black has. I like knight f4 and queen c7, but I don't know with engine how it is. Maybe I'll just check once how the moves are. A5. Oh, Film Fantastic wants to completely blast open on the other side. Nepo is not on the board, yeah. Nepo is walking, and I think they will, as soon as the game finishes for any of the top players, I'm sure they would want to get back to their room, get some sleep, and get prepared for the next round. That's how they would be looking at. So knight df3, knight, let me tell you the top candidate moves. Oh, Harshit goes bishop b7. Whoa, who had suggested? The top moves were knight f4 and then next one was bishop b7. So what he's saying is, let me wait with the bishop on b7 because at some point I will need the bishop on b7. And whether I want to go knight f4 or knight h5, I'm not yet clear about my decision. So based on how you will play, I will decide where my pieces were to put. So bishop b7, who was the one who had suggested? And Harshit did find. So well done, yeah. But Neil Morris is bishop b7 to stop bishop a6. So then he wants to go knight f4 and bishop a6. I don't know if bishop a6 was something like to worry, because then that would have helped black rook to go to c7 and then bishop b7 is again challenging the exchange. Black is going to be very happy if he can exchange the b7 bishop with the d3 bishop. So he will be happiest over there. Okay, Nepo is not thinking. He has 1 hour 6 minutes on the clock. Harshit at 44 minutes. 22 minutes ka difference hai. And that's why there is, because the speed at which Nepo is playing, some of the moments he may not make the absolute best moves. He is playing very fast. But then there is a lot of pressure on Harshit as well when your opponent is playing so fast and the moves are decent. So, yep.
Wow, Amrita, Harshit bhai, slowly and steadily looking good, yes?
I mean, he played this move bishop b7.
Yeah,
We
I
were
liked
looking
it.
at. I was
I liked it.
liking knight f4 more,
But
but
bishop
somebody
b7 gets the piece into the game, right? A
not
little
yet,
bit.
but it just waits. Like it just थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ा हूँ जिंदगी में. पता नहीं कहाँ जा रहा हूँ, but बस अभी के लिए progress. It's good. So knight g4, and you surely don't want to give up that bishop on f6.
But
You want to go
if they
back,
go
no?
back, I'm a bit worried about this check.
Oh, and then knight is going to jump to e5 maybe later. King f8.
It's possible. So you go back is the natural move,
h5.
but
h5
the
maybe.
engines prefer bishop g5 because if you take this, my queen comes in, which is very good for me. And all of a sudden, Amrita, it can so happen that black queen and the knight could create some havoc.
Oh, but tell me something then. The knight f4 move we want. Many of the people also were suggesting. For me also, it was the first move to consider. What was happening? How would White had responded?
It's a very good move, actually.
It is, but करेगा क्या white? Bishop a6 यहाँ पे जाने वाला
I
था.
was thinking bishop
नहीं.
b1, keeping an eye here.
Okay, so now knight g4 will still be a threat. Knight h5, knight g4, bishop e7.
Yeah, it might
And
be the
if you
best
give
line.
check, if you give a knight h6 check, I have g7 square vacated for the king.
No, what you
Yeah,
are
so knight
suggesting
f4 was...
could have been the best line here with the knights coming like this. But what Harshit played is also very logical.
No, it is also very good. Top move of the engine. But I thought normally Harshit would like a move like knight f4. That's why I was wondering that what is the reason he rejected this. So abhi knight g4 ko, you don't feel as comfortable to give that bishop, dark square bishop, because eventually there are weak dark squares, and I think objectively it feels very comfortable for white to win such a bishop.
Yes.
But Harshit is very good at exchanges, and maybe he feels more comfortable if one of the knight is exchanged. Who knows? Pata nahi.
By the way,
Raghav is
Amrita,
asking, Sagar bhai, your room is... Yes?
तुम बोलो.
बोल. तुम बोलो.
नहीं, मैं एक चैट की सोहित का पढ़ रहा था that it's crazy that after bishop g5, if e5 and you give up the rook, this is completely winning for white. And Sohit, it makes absolute sense because when we are growing up, we are told that chess mein rook is 5 points, bishop is 3, but this is just a very generic evaluation. This bishop, which is right now on g5, is protecting this very key square on f6 from a check. So when e5 is played, if you give up this bishop, you are very much now open to the knight jumping in with a check, the queen coming in, and it's game over. So we have to be very, very careful which pieces we are giving up.
Wow, no, this was amazing point what he showed, because then that what white is essentially saying is that my knight on that 6th rank is more powerful than my rook
Right.
on the 1st rank. Beautiful. I was reading a comment over there. Raghav has asked you, Sagar bhai, your room is too small. Are you uncomfortable there? You're bringing so much energy to this tournament.
No, I'm
But that
enjoying.
small
I'm
place
enjoying a
can be...
lot right now, guys. This is a great, great room that I have. It's something that I am enjoying a lot. And just being part of this entire thing, Aditya Abhyudaya being here, covering on ground, Amrita joining from online, Shahid writing articles, Himang doing social media, our team having Ravindraji editing all the videos to make highlight videos. It's like we are almost 10, 12 people on the work right now. So it's not just the room is just one facet of everything that is there.
Wow, मजेदार. And how is as you're saying, अमृता के सिंहासन वाली चेयर है. तुम्हारी चेयर कैसी है?
मस्त है. It's very nice. I have a very small, like a very nice chair like this.
Achha, you don't have armrest, yeah?
No armrest or anything, but I'm army, so no armrest for. By the way, Harshit's time,
Okay,
Amrita,
let's
when you are facing Nepo, guys, time becomes always an issue because Nepo is just so fast and he puts so much pressure, not just by his moves, but look at him there, just walking around like as if he's some wolf on the prowl. It's amazing how he's putting pressure on his opponent.
Wow. And everyone's saying Arjun is winning.
Oh my god,
Let's
Arjun
go there.
Erigaisi is so quickly winning. I can't believe it.
That change ho gaya. Acha, Anil, you're given a calculation.
Oh
We'll come
my
back there
god,
and see it.
Amrita, look at this. Till bishop f6, queen e2, it was equal. But suddenly, Gokar Khan goes knight d6, which is also fine move. He takes on d5, Arjubai, and now he should have taken here. Okay, it's a pawn sacrifice, but you play on like take, rook a1, and then short castle.
Short castle.
And black has...
Great compensation actually, because the bishop on 8 is going to open up knight e5, incoming queen g5 maybe. And look at the f1, e1 pieces.
What a nice point, Amrita, by you. Great understanding, but Gokar Khan thought, let me go knight e7. And actually, this move is a very, very curious move for me because he's giving up this pawn, Amruta.
The
But
curious case of Gokar Khan.
the knight is attacked. And this is what Ajubai missed. He also played knight b5, thinking that his knight is hanging and the position is once again only slightly better for Arjun.
Oh
But if
my
you
God. Oh,
take
wait,
here,
let me find.
no, taking is the right move. Now, take here,
No intermediate
take here.
check.
And now, white to play and win. Very tough move, guys. Try to think. It's not at all simple. It's not losing, guys. You might see the bar going up and down, and you might think, oh, it's just that they are playing bad. It's very logical what they are doing. He did not see the winning move here for white, so he went and saved his knight. But there is a winning move. And Hassan Mehdi, Neil Modi, Prathamesh Nale, Vishesh Gupta, Satvik Mishra. Oh my God, Amruta, our chat is on fire. Queen D2, what a move.
Exactly. And you can find such a move only when you know LPDO.
Loose pieces drop off. This is loose, But Amruta, what about rook c6? Again a question.
But there is a big pin over there. You know, you have a mostly big bishop b5.
Yes, I wanted to ask the chat, but you have answered it
Oops.
correctly. Bishop
No, but
b5.
Neil had also mentioned, very good. Akash has mentioned Dhananjay before me very quickly.
And now with the rook having to move, the knight will fall. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
This was a definitely missed opportunity by Arjun Erigaisi. And he goes knight b5. His position still very good. But
How
not...
long did it take for the move knight b5, Sagar? Like, because to find this, he had to go a little deep, right? And he had a 1 hour.
4 minutes mein he played knight b5. Maybe he could have taken more time. But Amruta, this is also a very tricky move. Because see, firstly, you want to take here, right? You want to avoid white taking your bishop and spoiling your structure. So you want to take. And now, instead of taking on a1, I can play d takes e6, attacking here and winning this material.
Bishop e5. Once again, I'll see you.
Bishop e5. And now
f4.
Oh.
Achha, nothing to do with queen h5 idea.
Also
Yeah, double
great
attack.
move. Also great move, Amruta. Take here and take. So I think Arjun has made the position complex enough. Knight takes b5 is the best move, but very tough for a human being to play this because it already spoils the structure.
Yeah. And once again, d takes c6. Queen is hanging. If you move,
because I go back.
Okay, what, you're not worried at all for the king? Like ef7 check, king f7, queen h5.
No,
my bishop on c4 is gonna jump because there's a pin over there.
But I can
at least. Oh.
And it feels
But okay, it's something where you will calculate and then you will say, okay, black is finally ending up safe, and then you go back again. Wow.
By the way,
But
guys,
this is
all those who
such
are
a
saying
cool position.
I'm feeling sleepy, guys, इससे ज़्यादा एनर्जी नहीं मिल सकता है भाई, इतना ही मिलेगा.
No, but guys, you are fresh actually today, and after you come back from the tournament.
Oh, he takes Gokar Khan. Good move by him. Ready to fight Arjun.
Look at his time. He's having 36 minutes on the clock, and Arjun also putting pressure on clock. And many times when the people are generally fast players, sometimes they don't make the best move necessarily, but because they are anyway playing very fast, it kind of creates the equal amount of pressure, which would have been created by the best move.
Right.
Ooh, wow.
ऐसे लग रहा है ना कि वो ऐसे पॉज हो गया है, बट वो ऊपर ही देख रहा है.
नहीं ब्लिंक भी कर रहा है वो. हाँ, इट्स वर्किंग.
Amazing.
नेक एक्सरसाइज हो रहा है उसका.
Okay, guys, Magnus Carlsen is yawning like crazy here. Finally, I found my match, Amruta.
Oh, Magnus Carlsen, that's good.
Magnus सोच रहा है भाई मैं इधर आया क्यों? What is the reason for me to wake up at 10 and so on? But I think this is what you do, and I think Magnus is a great example of an entrepreneur. Yeah. Freestyle is his baby, and he, the way in which he kind of backs the initiatives that he wants to be is by a lot of hard work here. And he's putting in his
Hmm.
time, energy, effort. He wants to play here. That's nice to see, actually.
Zoom क्यों किया? फिर मैं whenever I'll come,
It's okay.
like वो problem होएगा
Yeah.
नहीं, थोड़ा छोटा कर लो, it's better.
Pawan Singh Rajawat says, I want to support Indian chess, but do not have money. What to do? Just make sure you like the stream and subscribe to Chess Base India and make
And positive comments for our
positive
players.
comments for players. And those who have the financial resources, do check out helpchess.org. We are building an article right now for the work that we have done in the last 1 year, but your support has managed, we have managed to do that. Also, our memberships on this channel, we have the YouTube laptop program which we have been doing for last year. This year also, all the money from the memberships with that join button that you can see on YouTube will go to the youngsters for promoting chess, for giving them laptops. Last year we gave to 14 kids. This year, whatever amount we get, we have zeroed in on the laptop. A very good Asus laptop we have found, which we will be giving to the young kids.
Wow. How many help chess contributors we have? Like 2200 and
2208 tha kal. I think it's still that. We didn't have too many support. Yeah, 2208. Kumar Kartikaya is the last one.
cool.
People are
Ash
like,
says,
can we look at Harshit Bhai's game for a second? Yes, Harshit Bhai did play the move, Amruta, that you suggested, bishop e7. He did not go to g5, which is logical. I mean, it's played.
very tough move. You don't want to give the bishop. I did feel for a moment maybe that is what he calculated, but even such an exchange looks difficult. I think practically, how much ever a computer will say bishop g5, long term you cannot play like a computer, no? So
Yeah.
it's a very bad idea.
True. I agree with you, Amruta. So
Yeah.
for now,
As says Sagar bhai, loved your dance on वर्तमान आंखों का धोखा है.
वर्तमान आंखों का धोखा है. भूत. Very nice. Tanya showed me. Actually, I had no clue of that song. Then she showed, and then I saw that the internet is filled with that song right now. It's the trending song.
अरविंद का कैसा है सिचुएशन?
अरविंद चिदम्बरम इक्वल तो था.
Oh, look, it's happened already. Everything like a proper typical Meroxy. Pawn on a6, pawn on e6 has been pushed. They cover all the squares for the knight. So b5 and d5, everything is covered. And white has gone h4.
Yes.
And I don't think it's going to be
It's a slightly
helping him.
Dangerous move. And Amrita, do you want to explain a bit about what this position is called, the name of the animal, and so on?
Oh, you are good at that. You should explain.
Can you do that?
Not as good as you, but this is hedgehog. This is the hedgehog structure. It's basic. You used to play Perk also, and you would convert from that. What was that called? Sagar?
Hippo.
Hippo. That way. No, I don't explain in the hedgehog sense, but I basically look at all the squares which are being covered, and internally you keep improving everything, and then at the right time, because timing is the most important thing in Meroxy bind, that when are you going to strike in the center. So black generally has the break d5, which he tries to look at. If the positions feels like d5 is impossible, then he then looks at the break b5. And finally, they also say f5, but it's very rare. d5 is the most common break which you want to. And then the bishop on f8, the dark square bishop generally opens up on that diagonal. So, yeah, it's a lot about dark squares. यहाँ पे तो h4 I am feeling comfortable for.
Explain it with a picture. But firstly, Rishi Bajargan, thank you for giving 5 Chess Base India memberships. We are very, very grateful to you for your support and 5 new members on the channel.
Yeah.
So here is what hedgehog is like. This is a hedgehog that you can see. It's a
कहाँ से लाया इसको?
very little creature, but if you see, it has thorns on top of it, or you can say like very sharp kind of things on its body. And so this structure that black has is a hedgehog. So what it means is that the moment any white piece tries to come near, the thorns come up. So
Spiky,
the
it says name.
spikes come up, and it's very difficult to handle. So that's why right now the structure that Arvind has is called a hedgehog. It's a very, it looks very mild and soft, but you can't come too close.
Wow. No, that is the reason, Sagar. Right now, I think in Meroxybine, Black has many more tougher situations where he needs to wriggle out of that. This one doesn't seem like that.
Yes.
And Arvind would be good at it. Arvind will definitely manage. And on another point is B6 pawn is many times weak, you know. And when the bishop is on that diagonal, the queen, bishop on E3, the queen on F2, sometimes it's putting pressure with the ideas of knight E4. So Black is not worried about it. Hmm. ठीक है. So Arvind's position we got to know. Arjun, can we go back to Arjun and Harshit and check their games?
Sure, Amrita, we can have a look at all these games. I also would love to show a few more games later of the
Okay.
top players. We have some more freestyle chess cameras that have come to us.
Array.
So, for example, here we see one of the amazing players from Azerbaijan. We have Shakhriyar Mamedyarov, who is playing, and Shak is playing here with.
While you adjust, maybe you can keep the position of Harshit or Arjun. So
Yeah,
that.
look at this, Amrita. We have Shakhriyar Mamedyarov here against Tobias Kjoler. And yeah, it seems like Black is doing really well here. Tobias is holding his own against Shak attack, which is really cool. And we have another player who is very, very famous in women's chess, and she's Injak. Teodora Injak is here. She's playing against Dominguez, and the position is very, very even. So, Amrita, we have seen Teodora. I think you have also met her in different tournaments.
Yeah, many times.
Yeah, she's very talented. I think in the World Cup also she did well. And then we have, I think this is the game between um, Levon Aronian. Oh no, not Levon. This white player. Who's black actually? Wesley So maybe? Is this Wesley's game?
But is it sixth board?
Yeah, sixth board is Mamedyarov. We saw Mamedyarov.
I think Wesley. Seventh is Wesley.
I think this is Wesley So. And it's
Wesley is not on the board.
Yeah, so Kilic here, the young Turkish player whom we were talking about. Yes, this is Wesley's game. You can see this Ere Kilic who's playing here, and Wesley has a great position. I think it's very tough for White to hold this because Wesley has very interesting ideas of doubling down the G file and so on.
Wow.
So
I think वो नींबू पानी पी रहा है.
हाँ?
नींबू पानी पी रहा है.
हो सकता है. So we saw another 3 games, Amrita, because of these cameras.
New cameras.
So thank you so much for our
Menno and
Menno and Leonard for giving us this. And we also have actually Hans Niemann's camera, but it's not yet working, it seems, Amrita. But at some point, maybe we will be able to make it work.
And Soul for Life as mentioned, I have been lucky. This is the 3rd gift I got in this month.
क्या बात है?
That's a
great
Super.
thing.
And Neil Amratia says, Hello Sagar, I am planning to visit Karlsruhe tomorrow for Grenke chess. Do you know whether it is open for fans to see
Yes,
matches?
yes, you
And
can
are you
come and
there?
see. You can come and see. You will enjoy. I will also meet you at some point whenever the time permits. But you please come and enjoy here. You will have a great time. So
Oh,
going back,
Satvik
Amrita.
says, I watch chess live whenever it is all day on CBI. Still haven't got any gifts. How come newbies are getting?
Sorry, sorry. I don't know how it works, but hopefully someday you will get a very, very big gift from us. Uh, Maybe when the day when we hit 3 million, we should do a giveaway. Like we did when we
Yeah.
hit 1 million, we had given 100
Yes.
gifts away of any product from our shop. Maybe here we could do it when we reach 300 as well.
Great idea. Okay. What are you saying now about Harshit's game? Queen D2 has been played by Nepo. He is having 1 hour, 1 minute. Harshit is down to 27 minutes and now slowly getting under time pressure.
Yes, this is getting very intense. The queen could enter. There could be a check here that could come, for example. And I don't see what Harshit should do actively. You know, somewhere we were thinking if he could trade these bishops, it's not possible. Opening this up doesn't help. Opening the center is impossible. So, where is the move that Harshit Bhai has?
At some point, I thought h5 should be working, but now knight at 6 check
That's a good
is a
move.
little
That's a
annoying.
great move. And now maybe I take
Kind
here.
of one. Hmm. Oh, but are you allowing what? C takes d5 actually? Because then I can get bishop to c6. But I have given you a passer over there, so it was not an easy decision though. But yeah, I have to take c takes d5, otherwise king on if it is very bad. क्या करोगे?
Yeah.
कैसे खेलोगे आगे?
No, this is not good. B5 and pushing forward, and if you take here, I can take opening up this bishop, and even if you
Hmm.
take here, there is bishop takes G6, F
Queen f4 आ रहा
takes,
है.
and Queen F4 with.
Preet. So you are saying that actually for Nepo, it doesn't even matter if he has to play on queen side in the future. Like both the
Yeah,
sides,
he can
he's
play both sides.
dominating.
True. By the
Hmm.
way, Harshit goes for knight h5 and he's trying to get in this knight to f4 because it wasn't doing much, which is a maybe more logical than bringing the other knight which is already decently placed on g6.
Nice. But abhi to now if white goes a move like queen h6, okay? Then black has bishop f8, right?
In fact,
Oh
here
wait,
Amrita,
trap हो रही है क्या knight f4 के
already
बाद?
after knight f4, bishop f8 is trapping the queen.
Hmm.
That would
Oh,
be a
yeah, yeah,
huge
yeah.
blunder actually. Yeah. It's like Harshit Bhai is, Harshit tricky
डांस ही
guy.
हो जाएगा.
Then Harshit Bhai is like, Ajao Nepo, and then when he comes, he's like, he will move
वर्तमान
aside.
आंखों का धोखा है.
Exactly. Vartaman आंखों का धोखा है, and he will make this move and be very happy. Of course, Nepo in no way is going
हाँ,
to go
कोई
here.
कोई चांस नहीं.
Amrita, a very interesting move, which is very tough for humans to play, but engines played without any emotions, is G3. Because you take into control this square, and you can't take here because your knight is hanging. So maybe G3 is not such a
Very
silly
tough.
move.
But very tough. You're right. To consider it as a candidate move is tough.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And Sagar, 1 second. After other than G3, other than Queen h6, like these are just some candidate moves. Can you think of anything like Knight e5? Knight f3 wala e5.
Yeah, maybe possible. But
You go
Amrita,
Knight f4 now, of course.
again, this is a
And I've
problem,
given
no?
g5 square. Yeah. Oh, directly I'm losing
Yeah.
only.
That's so there. So
Oh.
some trickiness has been brought into the mix by Harshit Bhai. It still looks not so clear,
पर
but
नेपो को सोचना पड़ेगा. Like at least he's brought Nepo to a moment of thinking.
yes.
G3 खेला ना नेपो तो I would be really shocked. How is knight at 6, king g7, g4? Oh, then I'm giving f4 square permanently. So no point.
Yeah, yeah.
And a final question, sir. Final.
Mm-hmm.
e5.
Yeah.
e5 खेल के if we say that for the bishop on b7 रास्ता बंद हो चुका है, it's now done.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
possible.
e5.
E5, knight h, f4.
Now it's possible to go back with the bishop and then later think of g3 because you're directly kicking the knight away.
Yes. Or maybe, Amrita, I should bring the other knight. It makes more sense to me because you cannot even pick up my knight now. And g3
I would
maybe.
never pick up your knight, no? Otherwise
Yeah,
also.
I mean, for example, if I go here, you could pick up because I have to take back with the knight, otherwise I'll lose it. So you go back, and then if there's something very specific that I can gain out of this, then maybe. But yeah, you are right. It's not very easy to take this pawn.
Practically no. Because I'm left with the a1 bishop.
Yep. So guys, थोड़ा fight आ रहा है, guys. Do like the stream. This is good fight that is being given by Harshit Bhai to Nepo. Not he first got under pressure. He kind of, if you say that it's between two warriors fighting, he is now on the floor. But on the floor, he is bringing out one and the other weapon and trying to just keep himself going, trying to get back on his feet. But of course, one mistake and it should be all over. So very tough moments for Harshit Bhai. He's making the last few moves pretty well after that opening debacle.
Arjun is watching the game. Obviously, a very interesting one. Maybe let's time to go back to Ajju who is very relaxed and walking and not feeling the cold over there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Arjun is just another beast altogether, both on and off the board. There is a very nice fact about Arjun, which very few people know. And the fact is that he is someone who never feels hungry, Amrita. It is true. The thing is, Ajju Bhai eats food, but not out of hunger. He just eats it because he has to. And that is
That's amazing.
unbelievable.
Pros and cons. There are pros and cons. Like one of the biggest pro is like you can be anywhere, whatever you're doing, and hunger doesn't distract you or annoy you or irritate you.
Yeah.
And a con is like because you sometimes will just delay the food and you will not know the consequences of it on your body.
True.
But at the end of it, if you don't feel that hungry, then maybe your mind is very calm. And his heart rate, a lot must be to do with his heart rate, Sagar.
Mm.
It's so calm. Wow.
By the way, Amrita, a huge news is coming in. We have had the first result of the day. Karthikeyan Murli has won his game against Kasper Tomasevsky. Karthikeyan,
23-30.
He just dominated this game out of the opening itself because his opponent went seriously wrong. Look at this. Guys, look at how things can go super wrong in freestyle chess. C4, already a bad move because I get D4 and now just completely dominant position out of the opening with the two bishops here, and he just went on to win this with the pawn up, castles. Again here, his opponent might have thought, oh, I'm getting some counterplay with attack here and here. But sorry, short castle is such a tricky move because after take, you have knight f6, an incredible move.
Wow.
Trapping the queen, Amrita. What a beautiful
Oh, this is such a nice trap. And anyone could fall for it because you cannot immediately realize that the queen is trapped.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Very, very good. And then castles, bishop h7 check, king h7, queen a8. And now it was a very, very smooth win for Karthi. Karthikeyan also, I think, Amrita, if people know a bit about him, he is very good at solving studies. He is one of the best persons in India for solving composition, studies, problems, and so on. So maybe freestyle chess just fits into his kind of style of chess.
Mm. And he also composes, right? Like the problems.
Yes, I think he has. Amruta,
Yeah.
huge updates in the game of Nepo versus Harshit. We had E takes d5, C takes d5, and b5 already on the board, which we discussed. C6 is coming in.
And Nepo doesn't leave a moment, leave a chance that now is the time I can focus on the queen side. This flexibility to hold pressure on 64 squares of the board. Here you see the experience.
Will Harshit Bhai get tempted to take the pawn, which would be a terrible mistake as it unleashes the bishop on this long diagonal? He has to keep this, but what move should black play?
Okay, over there I have a question, but later.
Guys, fact by Shlok says, oh, I just came and seeing Harshit Bhai fighting Nepo. Guys, big moment here for Harshit Bhai to stay in the game. Yes, Srijan Bhattacharya, very good. Rook c7. Because then if c6, you put your bishop back on c8, it's a terrible position. But you have to fight this way, I think, Amruta. What else to do?
Wow.
I mean, it looks so sad. So sad.
No, this is sad. No, that's why I go back and I want to look at that variation which you showed. B takes c5, d takes c5. And if you put d4 over there, give up a pawn, knight takes d4, then there is bishop g5, okay? I don't know if bishop g5 is there, but also e5 I would consider.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
So these are the e5, knight d4.
But what if I take here with bishop?
Bishop.
You want to take this and then take this. Maybe I should start with c6 to first block your bishop. And then I will take this.
Yeah, c6 is just a strong intermediate move.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Amruta, Arjun is winning again.
Achha, let's go back. It was a very difficult position for his opponent to keep playing accurately. Wow. And we have Neil who says, hi Sagar, if you are in Karlsruhe, please visit Stuttgart. There is a famous guy here in Stuttgart who is in his 70s and plays chess in city center with strangers every day until he loses 7 games.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Maybe I can go and try to at least beat him 1 game out of 7. But that's such a nice story. Thank you so much. Yeah, who was it, Amrita, who said it?
It was Neil.
Neil deGrasse.
Neil Amratia. Sagar,
you.
your camera is stuck, yeah?
Yes. I am stuck in life, Amrita. Here.
Not at all.
And look at this, Amrita. My camera is now.
वापस flicker हो रहा है.
But now I go and make it from 60 hertz to 50, apply, and it's all good.
Sometimes I'm so happy about
look at this, Amrita, but just guys, look at this. I am like looking seriously very, very spotless and this, but there's a setting in OBS which I got to know just very recently. Like every time my camera used to flicker, I used to think, oh, the lighting is bad and so on. Look at this. It used to be like this. And then it's just one small called power line frequency anti-flicker. And when I apply it, it's all gone. Wow.
Arey, and you used to tell me so many times at home also, Amrita, ये ट्यूबलाइट अपने को उधर रखनी चाहिए, ये टेबल ऐसा रखना चाहिए, and all that. कुछ तो figure out कर.
Now we don't need to do anything, Amrita.
Nothing to do with light. That's why I never focus on the wrong solution, right? Just अभी तक अटक गए थे. Crazy. I think it all started when yesterday Josh mentioned to you that there's a possibility, and then Vivek came in and found out. Let's go back.
In general, we have been helped tremendously by our chat and our community here. So huge thank you to them. And
Arjun is winning. So last few moves, can we check?
So what happened was knight b5 we saw. He took bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. Until here, everything was looking good. Like if Gokar Khan would have taken rook d5, the position is maybe slightly better for Arjun, but nothing out of the ordinary, playable. like queen a7, king g7. So f5 by black turns into a mistake. But again, it's a tough moment for Arjun to find the winning move, Amruta. He has to calculate intensely here. So
Okay,
let's
can we ask the
ask
chat?
the chat, what's the good move here for white? Very big calculation. People are asking me what happened to my hair, guys. So generally, I cut my hair like this. But अभी मैंने रखा है, थोड़ा.
इसमें कुछ भी ऐसा स्पेशल आंसर था ही नहीं. जनरली आई कट माय हेयर, अभी मैंने इसे रखा है.
अभी रखा है तो बाद में
आई
actually I
थिंक
have
योर
to
हेयर इज इन शॉक. अभी सब शॉक लगा टाइप से.
D takes e6. Beautiful. All those who said. Sagar bhai, I am having a lot of hair fall. Please tell me some medicine. Medicine is acceptance bhai. Just accept. Ki it's
अरे
okay.
नहीं, but he can easily put what to say, aloe vera.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the medicines, but I have my medicine is acceptance that it's okay to lose hair. By the way, queen e8 check, king g7, and now the again. Oh, by the way, I again hang up हो गया मैं.
क्या हो रहा है तुम्हारे कैमरा को?
Yeah, very rare.
It's
yeah.
not I think it's not able to take your hair. शॉक लगा हुआ है.
Yeah, it's kind of too much for it. Yeah.
But your camera generally has never given us any trouble. So this is maybe the first time.
Yes, it's.
People have. People have suggested the move.
No, so Amrita, here is the key moment that instead of if queen f7, king h6, and black's position is fine because after take there is queen d8 and somehow you are able to defend, although it's very tough. But if you start with queen takes e7, then you are winning suddenly because now queen d8, I have an extra move check, king h6 and e7 with a very big advantage for white.
Oh, he's taken.
Oh, he
Arjun.
took? Did he take?
Yes. D takes
What
e6.
the
All
hell?
good. And immediately
So
queen d1.
Wow.
कान को अभी सुनना पड़ेगा. अज्जू भाई के मूव्स का सुनना पड़ेगा.
Wow. D takes e6. And oh, Amruta, he blundered. He blundered.
Why?
He
Oh, he had to
blundered.
go queen e7.
He took on f7 instead of taking directly on e7, and now Gokar Khan is back. Arjun, I think, is not in his top shape for calculating here.
No, but wait a second. Suppose he took queen f7, okay? That means Arjun has missed something, which is, I mean, he feels that he's winning for sure. That's why he took queen f7, right? And
yeah, but now
it's possible for Khan to also miss it.
Amruta is the only move because the threat is check and it's too powerful a check threat. So
let's try to find a defense. Wait a second. If I go a move like rook g8, okay?
Yeah, that's a good move. That's a good try.
No, it's lost.
No, I mean, that's the only move, other move. Let's
King h5.
Oh, king h5 is check, no?
Queen f7 and then you lose the rook on g8.
Yeah.
No, but there is also a e1 knight. One second. King h6, queen takes g8, queen takes e1, and if you go e7, bishop c6, with the idea of rook c1 basically, I'm just trying a bit.
Why didn't you go directly rook c1 then?
Oh, actually I could have gone rook c1.
Now check. If you go here,
you get a queen with a
check.
check.
Queen with a check. If you go to g5,
h4.
then check. And again, only move.
Okay,
queen.
this also.
Check.
So bishop c6 is important. And then?
Checkmate.
By
the way, Amrita, queen d8 found by Gokar Khan. Well done. Well done. And now Ajjubai again has to start from scratch. Not at all easy moment. But it's a sharp game, Amrita. After queen f7, we will see what is going to happen. Because
but has he missed it? Like, look at him right now. And do you think he's missed this move? Yeah, his expression does say that. Otherwise,
very
maybe he
difficult
would
to
not
decode
have.
Arjun's expressions. Yeah. Okay, Amruta. So here, let's see what Ajjubai does. It's not an easy moment for him. We will go back to our game of the day today.
I'm very keen. It's a okay, but I'm very keen on that position. Queen D8, how to continue.
Queen F7. Just keep the queens and fight.
Okay. Okay. What's happening here?
Oh,
After
he did.
C6.
Harshit Bhai did find Rook C7. Actually, you know,
Hmm.
Amruta, Harshit, the calmness he has shown after first few moves, if he had shown in the opening, he might have not had such a bad
Yeah.
position.
True, true.
G3 found by
Oh.
Nepo. F5 found by
Oh.
Harshit. This level of chess
Wow.
is actually very good, but the main problem was Harshit's level of chess in the first 5 moves wasn't the best, which is why now he's fighting from a position um, of inferiority. But I think he can keep on fighting here, Amruta. And who knows, if Nepo goes wrong, he'll get his chance.
Really amazing fight back, yeah, from Harshit,
Yeah,
because the position was very tough. He
yeah.
had to take care of so many things, so many difficult decisions. So amazing, amazing fighting spirit and defending the way he's trying to do. Also, Nepo could go wrong then. Only thing is, if Harshit goes down below 5 minutes, then it would be like just over in very quickly.
Abhinav says Harshit was just too excited to play Nepo and he will get normal in the next round. Very possible. Yes. Could be. Could be. By the way, Amrita, the best move now for Harshit Bhai is knight back so that if white takes knight h4, then you jump into the center with knight e4 attacking the queen, and if bishop takes e4, I take knight e5 first. It's a very complex line, but it makes a lot of sense because after d, fe, black has some chances here. Although I must say that I am seriously not a fan of this bishop being completely out of play. It can't come here. It can't come here.
Oh, and the E6 pawn also doesn't even look like in the future it can move.
Yeah.
So at some point, only if there is a pin where the C1, like imagine Sagar, here, move the queen to E2 for a moment.
Yeah.
Bishop D7.
Possible. Yes. This is where the safety.
But even here still queen d4 check is happening. So
True. True.
बिशप का मतलब रोल क्या है लाइक इफ दिस इज अ मूवी बिशप ऑन C8 का रोल क्या है
अभी उसका रोल है सफर करना
कौन सा सफर जिंदगी का सफर या सफरिंग वाला सफर जिंदगी
सफर
जिंदगी एक
SUFFER
सफर है सुहाना यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना Okay, let's quickly go to Arjun's game because I think that moment is very interesting for me. And those who are asking why did Arjun's rating not change in 2700? It's because this is a freestyle event and ratings won't get impact. Classical rating won't get impacted. So
By
he's
the way,
played Queen
Pushkar asked
F7.
Sagar your views on Magnus's comments on Vidit. I personally thought it was just said in a lighter vein. Like, I did not find it very serious. It was like they were all having fun, and then someone said that this is the, I think Nepo said this is the thing he can do, and he said this is the only thing he can do, and they were all laughing, and I didn't think it was very serious. But yeah, I mean. Oh, Amruta, we have Didi here in the chat gifting 10 memberships. Let's go, Didi. Thank you so much. Actually, he also gifted it before. So, thank you. That's so nice. So nice. Today, we have had 15 memberships gifted, Amruta. What happened to Amruta, bhai? Guys, Amruta कभी ऐसे ये हो जाती है वो अमृता नहीं हैंग हो गई है
तो मुझे लगा तुम हैंग हो गए, तो मैं तो इधर तुम्हें पूरे अच्छा तुम्हारा कैमरा गया, ओ तुम्हारा आवाज भी गया, फिर मैंने देखा मेरा कैमरा।
Amrita,
God.
it was you who was.
Yeah, this time I was the culprit for sure. Okay, Queen F7, and my question to you, Sagar, is does Arjun has good chances?
Oh, we have to see that game, right? Arjun wala. I think he has very good chances. This is a tough position for Gokar Khan. But if he finds couple of good moves, for example, Queen F8, now maybe Arjun cannot avoid a queen trade, or he can actually, maybe he can even take on A7. So maybe it's a really tough position for black still, because white is only an exchange down. But white is underdeveloped, Amrita. If you think about it, all four pieces on their initial squares, and he's just playing with the queen.
And I was thinking though, because the king is on h6, it can be like the one move wrong and it will get mated. So h4 rook h3, but काफी slow है. That queen अकेली तो कुछ कर नहीं पाएगी. As you were saying again and again, it needs harmony from the other guys over there. So
Right.
yeah, got this game. Okay, let's go to the next ones.
I was wanting to see what Fabi is doing. I think Fabi is really playing quite well against Bibisara. All is well here. Equalish position. Fabi will be able to put pressure, I think, with black. Then we have Harshit Bhai, who is playing against Nepo, which is basically the game of the day actually. And he finds knight f6, Amruta. Knight f6 also found. Knight h4 on the board now. Harshit Bhai needs to play knight e4. Let's
Oh, वो खेलेगा ही 94. Arey, that's a great one. I think his move f5 was really cool.
Oh, he
If you
takes
go
on
back to the map.
e5. He takes on e5, but maybe it's not an easy moment here, Amruta, because now there is a check. I don't think Nepo will also think about this check because the knight can go back, but it's a very, very crazy move. Look at this. Check, knight goes back, knight g6, and now you can't take here because I take, check, and
Oh,
rook takes rook,
he's
mate.
giving the check. दे दिया.
Oh, he finds it. That's the reason why Harshit had to first jump with his knight into the center of the board. But he took here, queen g5 check, beautiful move by Nepo, showing his alertness here. And Harshit Bhai in some trouble now because somehow his king is very weak, and in these positions now he can no longer go here because of a very simple move. Guys, white to play and win. Try to find Didi, who sent a super chat. Thank you so much, Didi, for your memberships and also super chats. क्या बात है भाई? Thank you so
Huge
much.
super chat. Today is amazing. So many members, so many super chats.
Guys, खत्म करो game. Yes, very well done, guys. Arpit Agarwal. We have Senthil
Senthil Nathan,
Nathan.
Arpit, Sudarshan, Parikshit, Cool, Sakar, Srihari.
And if you take, it's rook h8 check. But what if I play king e8? You know, now if you take the rook, I'll take your queen. But
97.
in comes queen h 97.
Oh.
Could be just taken with this way.
अरे नाइट भी था ये
But
पे.
ये
Sorry.
and now white is winning again.
Wow. So queen g5 was missed, yeah, because Sagar, if you go back to queen d2 for a moment, if Nepo would have directly taken the knight with d takes e5, then what was Harshit's plan? To
Then
go
there is
knight
no
e4.
queen g5 because bishop control.
Okay, it was only about the move order, thoda sa. Like he had to start with knight e4. Oh. And this is the intermezzos, which can be missed sometimes.
He might have missed that after bishop e4. He must have thought, oh, if I take back, I will lose something on g6. But instead, after knight e5, which is another beautiful move, I mean,
it's complicated. Like
tough. Like we saw this position, right? We were analyzing and we thought this bishop is really bad on c8, but the engine is liking it. Meanwhile, Amrita, we have another 10 members Membership gifted by DD. Thank you so much, DD. That's just crazy. Yeah, today you are on fire.
Guys, all those who are getting memberships, do use it nicely. Well, good comments, calculation, chess. But yeah, Sendil says, sir, I guess Harshit sir thought that after queen g5, knight g6, after queen g5, knight g6, knight e4, knight g6, knight
But
g6,
miss
knight e4,
97.
knight e7 is a check.
Double check. That sounds possible.
Ooh. ये बहुत सारे मैसेजेस नाइट बॉट डिलीट कर रहे
I
हैं
think DD word जो भी लिख रहा है उसको ये कर रहा
अच्छा
Okay, Amruta, let's go and check what is happening with Hans Niemann.
And also first board, Sagar Magnus, is he winning?
Hans is better.
Winning?
Hans is better, Amruta, firstly. So
do we have his camera by chance working or not yet?
Not yet. We actually, they wanted to provide us. Somehow it's not starting. You know, there are 4 more cameras that they wanted to provide. And
another membership 10 by Didi.
Thank you. By the way, guys, all those who are members, you do have one free video on our channel, which is Vidit Gujarati's introduction to something, an opening repertoire for white, for black or for white against Grunfeld. So that is definitely something that you can check out. 96.
Lal, come in a minute.
Oh, bhai. We have Harshit bhai here with a very amazing. Harshit bhai, we were just looking at your game. You are already here. Harshit bhai, what a game today.
Yeah, I thought until some point I have a decent position, but it was very tough for me to play with his pawn on c5.
Why did you play knight d7? It reminded me of Gukesh versus Nepo last round. In this.
Camera mein aa jaya. Camera.
So d4. By the way, did you like this opening position?
Yeah, I thought that this e6 was good.
C4.
And just take c5. I was
considering take b6 maybe. Take b6.
Yeah.
We felt like this was nice.
Yeah. I was a bit afraid if white ever gets f3, 4, but I guess this position is very decent.
Bhai, you did not take care of this guy here. आप उसको भूल गए भाई. Here.
C5. Okay, one question. C5 सिर्फ देखा रहा है. When you played knight d7, you missed C5 or so you underestimated?
This is like some QG, like in some QGA positions that I will be passive, but I thought I will be solid. But I think that this
can you did you
G5 was too much.
Did you consider E5 either? E5 move?
No.
Because E5 we thought.
But D5 in general, this is like his pawn is too strong on E5, and my king on G8. I thought that this majority will be very good for white.
That's the right assessment.
So I thought B6, B4, and maybe I should have. Okay, C6 was just solid. E3, and maybe I should just go for something.
Yeah, bishop E7.
G6, bishop G7.
But what happened by G5? Like in your head, you were like, let's go for something more active, or?
Yeah, so I thought that okay, G6 is possible and it's solid, but I thought that G5 controls a bit more space. But yeah, with this rook on H1, I think it's too much. I cannot really go for this.
Yeah. Actually, H4 became very strong. But Harshit bhai, you started your fight back at some like. This is the worst position you could get after 6 moves.
Yeah.
But then you got into more calm mode, it felt.
Yeah, then I was trying to stabilize. I took the pawn and I thought that, okay, at least I'm a pawn up. But my pieces are so bad.
Yeah.
And I think this
but
is
you maneuvered well. Look at this.
Yeah, but it was clear that Nepo understood the position much better than me. Because I thought that here I'm not so bad already.
Here. Okay, here did you consider knight f4? After
Knight f4, but I thought that e takes d5 and I never considered queen d5. I thought that queen d5 is just too much because it allows bishop c4.
But CD?
But CD always runs into b5 and c6, yeah, so I was not sure. But Yeah, I think to be honest, right from the opening, I just got a difficult position, and it was very tough to play.
Just before we
But
let you go,
this
we were
was
very proud
good.
of your few moves here. One was knight h5, very strong move, and then also rook c7, very calm move. And actually, your position was improving with every move. Here, knight
Knight
f6
f6 was good.
also
Wow.
best move. And when he took here, you had your chance to try with knight e4. I don't know if you kind
Wow.
of here you
And if
could
bishop takes e4?
knight e5 and you are okay because you didn't allow queen g5 check. And this is I felt this position would you would not go for it because the bishop has no squares,
Yeah.
but somehow the engine is like it's playable.
But yeah, this is the tough part. Yeah, like
To
I
assess
felt
it.
like right from the opening, like after white got this bind, it was very tough for me to play. Even though the engine says it's fine, it felt really unpleasant. So I feel like already here I should have just tried to simplify and go for the c5 idea.
Actually, here we were thinking that this is a crazy thing to do b5 with c4, bishop c5, knight d6.
Oh wow.
It's like he will get e4 central play, you will go queenside like
Yeah.
some note boom lines.
Very sharp.
Yeah.
But
No, but I actually you did fight. The middle game was like Nepo had to think a bit and had to figure out certain things, and it was a really good fight back.
Yeah, it was. I felt like if I got like some sort of a decent position from the opening, it would have been
Yes.
very close.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I think that like it just got very difficult because he got he. I mean, also like he understood the position so well, like to sacrifice the pawn and just understand that like e4 and e5. I mean, of course he's Nepo, but I felt during the game that I was being outclassed.
यू नो हर्षित भाई वो क्रिकेट खेलने जाते हैं तो वो रहता है ना पहला पहला बॉल भगवान को पहला ये so we can be like this game goes to a trial game and again and also I would say facing Nepo you might be quite excited and so on so now
Yeah.
you are back in this tournament mode you know one loss often makes you feel a little bit more into
So-
the thick of things.
Yeah. If you went here.
I liked actually your move e6 a lot when you played b3 e6.
Yeah,
thought it
I
a
was
good move.
proud of this move, but after c4, I just cannot be passive, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
b6 may even work actually.
but then still c5, yeah.
And then
it's
take,
still
take.
similar.
It's not good, yeah. Possible.
I think I understood that with my bishop on 8, allowing this c4, c5 is just too risky strategically.
Bhai, you have to just take care of your bishops. This is my understanding of freestyle chess. Bishops are very important. Knights will find a way. घूम घूम के. पर bishop एक बार फंस गया तो फंस ही गया.
No, and knight when it is on h8 or h1, that wolf भी फंसेगा तो नहीं चलता है. So that's something you have to take care.
But how was the feeling, Harshit, by playing on stage?
Nepo
What is
bizarre.
a bit nervous?
Yeah,
nervous?
very exciting. I did not feel very nervous actually. I felt quite okay. And after the game, also I analyzed a bit with him, which was nice to hear his thoughts. And he was trying to explain that even like he just said that the position is very tough because you need a lot of moves to develop your bishop. So I think from that and from like analyzing now, it's clear that my bishop was the biggest reason that I had a bad position.
Yes.
And did
by
he
the
mention
way-
anything like better for black, like improvements in the opening?
Yeah, he said that this b6 c5 is just like very strategically risky for black, and it's better to like just try to simplify.
all the people wondering why we have two Harshit Bhais on screen because Harshit, we have a 15-minute delay. So Harshit Bhai immediately after his game came here, which we are very grateful for him to join us and showed his thoughts on the game. And now in the game, we all know that in a few moves it will be over.
Yeah.
But Harshit Bhai, you should go and take some rest because you have another round
Yeah.
coming up.
This tournament is incredible. But yeah, I'm very happy to get the opportunity to play Nepo. I mean, I feel like
Bhai, just win one more game, you will again be at top. Look at this. Magnus is being held to a draw by Finnek. Then Arjun is equal against Gokar Khan. Caruana also. Okay, Caruana will outplay maybe Bibisara, but nothing
And
spectacular.
Arvind,
Arvind also under some pressure. So,
it's a tough event.
yeah, very tough from round 2 itself. People are going to draw here and there. Couple of wins, you are back at the top.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And right now, rest is the most important before the next round because so many players are tired. If you see Magnus also, he's yawning, he's tired. Morning round is difficult for everyone.
Did you
So
find
get some
waking
rest.
up difficult?
No, I slept quite well. Niemann is playing quite well. Yeah, like he got an equal position, but with his
His
bishop
opponent
pair.
Bishop F3 was a bit curious for me. Like,
Yeah, I've never. It's such an because white just has a bishop pair now, and even though the material is equal, the sentiment is very unpleasant.
yeah.
And especially now, okay, maybe it's even close to winning for it because this pawn is very weak.
Yeah,
Pawn
Hans will
control
win.
side. Yeah, Hans will probably win. Okay, bye. We'll go and eat something
Yeah.
maybe.
Yes.
Tough game, but
Well, tough
what to do,
game, but
yeah.
actually that's the thing. Yeah, you have to keep going. Harshit, by every round we are all here to root for you, even if you don't score a single point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
although, but you scored a single point in round
No, no,
1
great.
one. So,
And also आज तो नए न्यूरल pathways have been created हर्षित भाई अगले राउंड से तो काम ही आएंगे
Yeah,
बढ़िया खेलो
it's good. I
all the
got
best
this. Sorry.
DD has sent
हाँ
today
भाई
40 memberships.
Oh
I
wow.
think your loss has given 40 memberships. Imagine if you win, DD might go crazy and give 100 memberships.
Okay, then I'm going to try my best in round 3,
Yes.
and hopefully I'll do well.
Good luck,
See you
Harshit
guys. See you,
bhai.
Amrita.
bye
Bye bye.
Guys, Harshit bhai here with bhai chocolate लेके जाना वो there. Huh?
Tough.
Yes, it's tough to be a player, guys. That is for sure. Amrita, 1 minute. I'll just.
हाँ हाँ आराम से आओ जस्ट कीप हाँ अरविंद का भी चलेगा यस wow guys the b5 break has happened on the board c takes b5 a takes b5 one of the I don't know if you guys can hear them वो आएगा तब मैं ईयरफोन्स लगाऊंगी one of the important things has happened here. What is the change in the pawn structure? If you observe, white does have a outsider passer which he can potentially create. So 2 versus 1, and the b5 pawn is now isolated. So it's definitely a weakness already under attack. And e5 is the last move. Here you see absolutely opposite bishop on a8. मतलब एकदम ही open diagonal. But the first question is where do you take your knight? e4 is control, g4 नहीं, h5 नहीं, knight d5 is a possibility. Would you go knight e5? Would you take on e5? How are you guys thinking? In the meantime, DD, really thank you. Big thank you actually, because so many people were thanking you for the memberships. So, बढ़िया है. Okay, Magnus is watching Arvind's game. Very interestingly. मतलब how much ever in the morning you wake up early, you're tired and all of that, but the interest to see what's happening in other games is high. So what are your suggestions? D takes e5, says Priyanshu. What are you guys thinking? Guys, exactly those who are going to play after a long time, these are the things when you think and when you write, it gives you clarity. One of the things which otherwise happens, you will see कि अच्छा I can play this also, I can play that also, ये भी खेल सकता हूँ वो भी खेल सकता हूँ हाँ ठीक है ये तो अच्छी मूव है. It's not important. You need to give yourself clarity again and again, and that is where your speed of play, then your feeling nervous during the game, ये सब इसको improve हो जाएगा. All those who are seriously considering to play. Looking at Arvind's game after e5, so very important moment here, because if actually Arvind has only one move, yeah, he needs to capture. If he would not have captured and gone, let's say, directly knight d5, it would have been a big blunder because of knight takes d5, bishop takes d5, and what is the next move white can play? Hello, Sagar. Sagar, very quickly, could you show that when the pawn was on d6, if Arvind wouldn't have taken on e5 and would have gone knight d5, it was a big blunder. Knight d5, bishop d5, and now there are two possibilities, but he takes d6 and then g7 is hanging. The bishop on a1 opens up.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, so he took. Oh, another 10 memberships. Ooh.
Wow. Crazy.
बाप रे, ये तो 50 हो ही गया ना, I think.
बाप रे.
If I'm right.
DD on fire.
Well, at 423, where are you from? Are you in India or you stay somewhere else? ऐसा क्या खुशी का मौका है? वो तो बताओ हमें.
Amazing. By the way, Amrita, look at this. Today we had like few viewers who logged off after Harshit bhai lost, even when Magnus Carlsen is playing. Why Harshit bhai का what तो है भाई?
Oh my God.
Harshit bhai is like मैग्नस कार्लसन खेल रहा है, लेकिन लोगों को लाइक हर्षित भाई का गेम हो गया, आप जाते हैं.
वो वैसा ही है ना, बहुत बार you feel connected to somebody, you kind of feel like अरे you know him and then you watch him playing, तो एक अलग ही मजा है. ऐसा. Correct. So Sagar, when you were playing, suppose, so I wouldn't care who else is playing. I would only see your game. Or if my brother is playing, I would only see his game. ऐसा.
Right. DD says I'm from South Korea.
अच्छा.
Huh.
But are you like, do you speak Hindi? Do you understand Hindi? Or, I mean, are you an NRI or what's so fun? पी लो पहले पानी पी लो. लॉटरी लग गई है क्या? आस्किंग मृत्युंजय. अच्छा, उसको. Yeah, Tejasvi is saying if Sagar Bhai is playing, then we will be focusing on Sagar Bhai game only.
एक बार खेलता हो अभी. हर्षित भाई को देख के थोड़ा इंस्पिरेशन तो मिल रहा है.
हाँ, अभी चैट में everybody is calling you Sagar Bhai.
अरे बढ़िया.
Everybody.
TD says yes sir, just I do job here. Job कर रहे हैं.
अच्छा, okay.
So Amrita, take on d4. Magnus has some pressure. If you see here, उसने ऐसे lineup बनाया है with the queen, rook and queen. But you know the position is very equalish. But somehow Magnus is putting a bit of more pressure.
Equalish, not at all, Sagar. You know what? Magnus at some point is going to get the move b5. Then he's going to put that on b4. Then he's going to fix the target on b3. He's going to get the knight on c3. So d3 square also something maybe he might get. So overall, I bet on your house, Sagar, that Magnus will be winning.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Your
That's
illusionary house.
It's a huge bet by you, Amrita. I'm not so certain. And by the way, guys,
How like Magnus has been, he's understated. Like, how are you not even certain?
Because Finek is a good player. He's
Absolutely,
actually
2500.
he's a talented IM from Czech Republic. So he's trying his best. But yeah, you are right. I think right now Magnus does look a heavy favorite here. But we never.
And also the newness of playing. Like imagine you are Finek, Sagar. तुम वो एक छोटा सा उधर एक बच्चा खेल रहा है मैग्नस के साथ. There is some nervousness, right, for you. You've not played him before.
Yes. Oh,
So
by
it
the
does
way,
carry.
Amrita, we have had 2 believers today. Yes. 100 rupees. Ram Prasad Chiplunkar, 100 rupees. Thank you so much, guys, for contributing on
Arey.
helpchess.org. Amazing.
क्या बात है? Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We have reached 2210 in help chess. That means
Yes.
correct.
Our aim for this
Oh,
tournament
and
is
guys-
2250.
And guys, if you don't know, last month we had a very beautiful online simul for the big believers. Gukesh had played, and it was really amazing experience for so many. So, बहुत मजा आया था. सागर इधर 4:27 बज गए हैं, and I'm feeling like चाय पीना है.
Oh, nice.
Because it's like, people go to movies with popcorn
तो पियो ना,
and coffee and
जाओ
ice
चाय
cream
बना के
and
लाओ.
stuff like that. Either we have some amazing games, and then it feels like chai peena hai abhi.
100%. Please go ahead. And Didi says every day is a special day when you choose to find joy in the ordinary. That's your quote, Sagar bhai. Arre, Didi, that's so nice. And also, you know, it's amazing that you are supporting so much. And Amruta, we have a picture here sent by Aditya, who has sent that he met just this girl outside in the playing venue, and she is just finished all 3 books of Chespa. She's 4 years old and she's playing here.
But she finished third book also, which is
Yes.
really like for a 4-year-old not
But
easy.
she's playing here already, which means that she is actually a good player. And that means, Amruta, our Chespa books, the dream that we had of creating new players through Chespa is coming true.
Wow. Oh my God. It is amazing. And guys, do check out the recent one where Gukesh's story, it's based on a story and it inspires. Inspires, I would say, like later I got to know, not just kids actually, but a lot of adults as well.
Yes.
Who felt the book like a coffee table book. So
Yes.
which was something we didn't think of, and it's happening.
True. And Amruta, we have another believer on Help Chess, Ashutosh Jaiswal. Thank you so much, guys. As you contribute, your name gets updated below in the panel that we have there. So thank you, Ashutosh. Meanwhile, Gokar Khan is putting a lot of pressure on Arjun to find good moves, because after Queen f7, he played Rook c1 attacking here. Arjun pushed his pawn forward with e7, trying to make a queen, and another amazing move, Queen d6 here, Amruta, by Gokar Khan.
Second. Queen e8 if I would have gone.
It was a huge
mistake.
blunder because of
Queen
check.
f6 check, king h5.
यहाँ पे मेट हो जाएगा अमृता, बूम बाम मेट.
और rook e1 check के लिए time भी नहीं है.
And the thing is, Queen d6 stops this check. So it allows you to queen, which is fine. I take, you take, and now I take here, and black is doing okay, because after take here, guys, black to play and win. Can you find it?
Wow, what a question. What a question. What a question. I have the chess moves going on.
Vadla, well done. Very quick, Naveen Kumar. FCC, FX, amazing. Professional pawn. Maestro Hunter. Dreary. Yes, so many people. Yeah, Amrita, amazing. Rook takes f1, king takes f1, boom, bam, checkmate. So Queen d6, great move by Gokar Khan, putting pressure on Arjun, and now Arjun doesn't have much, because he moves his knight. There's already some sacrifice happening. Let's say knight f3, there is bishop f3 and he's losing. Knight d3.
Wait. What is the candidate move? Let me think. Don't say the engine moves.
No, the only move is to queen and be equal. Because
matlab the game can end in a draw, or you think Arjun will be able to trick? Because Arjun's time advantage is also reduced and come down to 21 minutes, whereas Gokar Khan has 20 minutes.
He can trick, Amruta, because after f3, it's like the game goes on. Arjun is 2 pawns up, but he's just very passive, and it could be, problem for both sides. It's not like just Arjun is in, opponent is in trouble. Arjun could also be in trouble.
True, yaar. No, this we did not imagine, but it's happening, and it's very sharp. It's very sharp to be accurate, like full time.
Yes.
Sagar bhai, drink water, says Hriday Agarwal.
Hey, drink. By the way, Amrita, news coming in, Levon Aronian has just scored a win by trapping his opponent's queen. What a beautiful move. Rook h4. Look at this. The queen has no squares to go. Only square is queen e6. And guys, white to play and win. What do you do here?
Arjun did fine queen
update on new cards which Anish has announced that ChessBase India is media part. Arey, dosto, we are working on it now already from yesterday. I have to discuss with Amruta, but it will be fun to do something. Yes, bishop c4, guys, to pin the queen and win it is the winning idea. So nice win here.
Yash, Dhruv, Rugved, Arihant. Well done.
So Amruta, we should go back to the game of Magnus, maybe. Should we look at Magnus? His opponent is not making a move only.
I'll come back in very quickly, yeah?
Yes, T bana kya ho Amruta going for the tea now. Tea break, guys. If any of you want some tea, please have it. Guys, MVL is losing Sagar Bhai, says Priyanshu. Oh my god. How MVL's position was equalish. Oh my god, he's completely busted. Wow. I mean, look at this. Druska has like H pawn running down the board. MVL will be the first top player casualty in freestyle chess. And his opponent completely outplayed him. Look at this move. Rook d5. Shifting the rook there. c5. What a move. MVL completely. Because if rook c5, b takes c5, queen takes c5. Already winning position. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. MVL, such a strong player. And DDSN, another 10 members. DD5, crazy. Guys, Harshit Bhai has just lost his game. He came to our studio as well and spoke about it. So let's look at the game of Arvind, whose position looked very intense. And you can see here, after e5, he took the pawn. Opponent took on b5. Queen came up. Good move. Knight e5. Knight e5 and bishop e5 on the board. And I feel Arvind's position is very, very nice. He is, guys, pawn count kiye to, who is pawn up, pawn down? Can you count it? Guys, membership is automatically given to people who are in general, active on the chat and so on. So it's nothing that you can get by writing claim. So yes, black is a pawn down, Skanda. You are absolutely right. So Arvind may want to recover his pawn with queen a2. That's one possibility. And this position is not so simple, because let's say, for example, if I go here, you go knight d6. एक फोटो है, फोटो है, बट फोटो है नहीं, नॉट पिक्चर साथ में नहीं है वो. अच्छा, बट एक है फोटो ऑफ Kramnik, please send it. Yeah, Kramnik photo is there. Guys, we have big news coming in that Hans Niemann has just won his second round. Wow, this is amazing. Hans Niemann has just won his second round. And actually, yeah, that's a good point. That we can invite more players. Yes, guys, I have just informed Aditya that if some player wants to join us in the commentary after their games, they are most welcome to do so. It'll be great fun. It'll be a lot of value add. Yes, call Kramnik. I will also try to see if we can have Kramnik here. He's here in the venue, so we will try to see if he can join us. Will be a lot of fun. Leon. Oh, Leon is losing? What? I thought Leon will really shine in this format. He's so creative in general, but he's playing again, not losing, guys. He has a good position here. I think this is typical hedgehog, which we spoke about today. A lot of hedgehogs because of the way the pieces are positioned. We are getting a lot of hedgehogs here, which is nice to see. But today, Arvind not having it easy, Arjun not having it easy. The Indian players in general have been struggling a bit in freestyle. Oh, we did see E8, Rook E8, Queen E8, Rook E1, F3 on the board, Bishop C6 played, and now Arjun plays Queen G8. This is a very exciting game, guys. Arjun has 20 minutes, Gokar Khan has 17 minutes, Arjun has 2 extra pawns, Gokar Khan's pieces are on the board, he can play Bishop B5 trying to put pressure on Arjun, but after Rook takes, check, King G3, Bishop F1, it already feels that Arjun is in trouble, but then all of a sudden Arjun can give a check, and then the game can end in a perpetual check because you cannot pass over to the D file. The problem, of course, is a check comes from behind and you lose the queen. So you have to stay here and check. And it's a draw. My guess is this game is going to end in a draw, which will be a small setback for Arjun, who is the second seed in this tournament. But this is freestyle chess, guys. We have no idea who is the strongest player in the world in freestyle chess right now. Is it Magnus Carlsen? Is it some 2600 GM who just understands freestyle chess really well? Grenke Chess is going to tell us all about it. That's the thing. That's the best thing. Hans for sure will come, as he itself is a big CBI fan. Akash, yes, maybe Hans Niemann will join us, but they have double rounds. We don't want to tire out the players, but maybe at the end of the second round, he could join. We could have some nice. Harshit Bhai regularly comes in after his game, gives us some analysis, which is very nice to see. Maybe we want to start putting that up on our clips channel so that you guys can follow his analysis as a separate standalone video. I don't know if round 1 already has been put up by Tushar Bhai or not. Yes, Harshit Bhai is analyzing his first win. That's very cool by Tushar Bhai. Amruta, maybe you can tell Tushar Bhai to already post second Harshit versus Nepo, because he did come in, so people can follow Harshit Bhai's journey at this tournament. That would be very nice. Keimer is very underrated. He has potential to be the best. True, I agree. Oh, Tushar Bhai says it has been put up. Kya baat hai? Tushar Bhai in the chat as well.
Very fast.
So, we don't need to message Tushar Bhai. He's here.
Oh. कैसे चल रहा है?
Ranjan Singh says, hello Sagar Bhai. Great job doing this and keeping our interest alive. Guys, करना है दोस्तों, बहुत सारा मजा. We have to be here. Chess में कैसा है कि there are periods when a lot is happening and there are periods when not much is happening but a lot is happening, and we have to keep on covering stuff, and something huge will happen at some point. And look at this, Amruta. Aditya has just sent in the picture. Today we had Vladimir Kramnik in the playing venue.
Oh,
Isn't that amazing? The world champion, former world champion, 14th world champion is here along with, I believe, Hans Niemann. But then I was very surprised by his tweets that he made asking everyone, is Hans Niemann here or not? So maybe Kramnik was just trying to sort of, you know,
build up
make
some
people,
interest.
yeah, build it up, build it up.
How are our, like, are we putting mobiles for recording and all?
Yes, we did put on few boards,
Hmm.
and
There
we
is
have
space.
not on the top 5 boards because there is a stage and less space, but from bottom boards we can. My best freestyle player is Sindaro, says Akash. Okay, Sindaro, if Akash, he's your favorite player, why don't we look at what Sindaro is up to? He is today playing against, by the way, David Navara is today winning. David Navara, I think he'll be a great freestyle player. He's already shown great chess on day one. He's also winning on day two. Guys, mark my words. David Navara, mark him. Could be a very, very dangerous guy. And here we see Chavokir Sindaro also in a great position against Jonas Rosner. So that is looking very good for Yavokir fans in the chat. Then we have Dinara Wagner versus Yu Yangi. Yu Yangi looking very powerful. Um, Dominguez versus Injak. I think, Amruta, we did see this game a little bit. This is a huge one for Injak because she's, I think, fighting really well here against Dominguez. And that's a great thing.
As of now, I think everyone should be in a little bit of time pressure, no?
Little bit. It's
45.
kicking in. It's
So-
kicking in. Last 1 hour left, Amruta. Look at this. Wesley So is on your
Wesley.
screen. And he is a position which is equal. Oh my God. Wesley So not winning. Round number 1.
And this one is like a lot of towards end game.
Yeah,
तो ऐसा
how
नहीं है कि
crazy
it
is
can
that?
change a lot. बाप रे. बाप रे. Crazy.
And we also have, Amruta, another player who has been fighting supremely well against the opponent, which is Theodora Injak. She's been playing really well. Look at this. She's against Dominguez, and it's equal here. Theodora is playing so well.
Oh yeah. Somewhere a little bit of similar pawn structure with Magnus as well. But
Yes,
they have
yes.
achieved the 8 points.
Absolutely. We are seeing
So-
certain positions being very, very similar here because of just the fact that there are, people think similarly. We have Shakriyar
Yeah,
Mamedyaro also, Amruta, here, who is playing.
Sagar, so right now all top boards except for Harshit's Harshit game is going on.
Yes, Harshit game is done. And all others are
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
15 minutes delay as well. Ooh. By the way, Akash says I didn't follow Sindaro till the previous freestyle chess at Germany, but the way he chose Hikaru and won him, and also him being so humble and innocent is so good to watch. Artemiev is another favorite. Oh yeah, where is Artemiev? He's not playing much, and he's so strong. Actually.
Yeah, somehow Artemiev
That's
is
okay.
not. He's also a family man, Amruta. So he's
Yeah.
he's like Anish, a little bit, has kids and has to take care of many things and so on.
True. By the way,
Here we can see Shakriyar Mamedyarov now playing against. Again, this game might end in a draw. Tobias Kjöl. Amazing how players of 2400 rating are holding 2750 players. That's just insane. And we see now Arvind.
Arvind.
He went
Before
in.
that, Sahal says, Sagar bhai, I'm at the venue. Can we meet, please?
Kidhar?
Yesterday, I think Sagar did mention that there are 2 rounds, right? And at night would be the best, but right now he's at venue. Later you can reply to him over here.
Yeah, I would be more than happy to meet everyone who is here, just to make sure that while I'm commentating, I might not be, but before, after, sometimes before the commentary, I'm setting up things, just trying to. So after is the best time, guys. And look at this, Amruta. We have Arvind Chithambaram snatching a pawn, and now the position is again even here. So very difficult for Arvind to win this, I believe, with black, but he has his bishops very nicely positioned here. Could be some tactics that could
No,
help
but
him.
you know, even if you have to consider anything, I would generally think that white would have some chances, if at all, because of the G7 H6 structure. So I would not be very hopeful that this can in any way go better for black.
Yeah.
So okay, this game. What about Arjun? So both the games are right now looking like equal, kya?
Ajjubai is in actually his opponent if he plays bishop b5. Oh no, you see Amruta, he went bishop b5. I thought king f2, and here this was a sure shot draw. I felt take check,
Perpetual.
king here, and you have to now give a perpetual because your piece down.
Achha.
This I thought was a sure shot draw, but Gokar Khan goes queen d2, king g3, and now takes bishop f1. And I don't know if, yeah, now again it's a draw. It's
Same, no perpetual,
same
forced.
he has to, so.
Okay, so Arjun's game is ending in a draw, which is kind of a small upset, you can say, or a big one, I don't know,
Mini
because it's
upset.
a draw, mini upset. Then even Arvind's game is not looking very good. What about Magnus and Fabi?
We'll see, Amruta, what's happening to
Akash
Magnus.
says nowadays, whenever I feel low, I'll go and see CBI clip of Amrita saying that Sagarva is not one woman person. Clips channel is a lot of fun, guys. Matlab, if you're definitely wanting a break, some change, maza karna hai, so then go there. And
Yeah.
also after the
Sometimes,
stream, you can always leave a comment ki this was nice, I enjoyed this moment. Maybe that can be clipped. So editor ko और easy हो जाएगा. Sometimes.
yeah,
अरे
no.
सागर, you know what? So sorry, तुमको बोलने ही नहीं दे रही हूँ. I'm eating poha and chai, which is like amazing.
Which is the best suk that the world can provide, right?
Yeah, if you have amazing poha, then you have chai, then you have your husband on the screen, then you have chess over there, then we have our Indian players who are playing there, and क्या ही मतलब what do you want?
Too good.
और क्या चाहिए? तो ठीक है, मैं पोहा लेके आती हूँ.
हाँ, और लेके आओ पोहा. Enjoy. Raj Vishwakarma, thank you for your super chat, guys. All of you who are here, you know, we at ChessBase India value each one who is here watching this immensely. And this tournament we are going to cover with all our heart on ground. You can see videos on our channel, shorts that are being created by Abhyudaya. We have the live commentary, the game recap videos that happen after the end of the day. It's amazing. Okay, by the way, guys, Magnus Carlsen, is he going to also draw today? Is the big question. By the way, Arjun has started checking his king with queen e6 check, king g7, and he's looking in the distance here. I don't know if Arjun will continue. What's going to happen here, Amruta?
तो Hans game, but Hans का game चल रहा है क्या?
Hans जीत गया. Hans won.
I thought he won. हाँ,
Yeah,
exactly.
Hans won. Actually, he won because his opponent also made some errors, but he also played very well. So, but
We
look
have
at
super chat. Raj Vishwakarma, thank you for your super chat. And S Shah says chess Ramvanu cha pivani maja ni life. Look at what?
no, look at Arjun here. He's thinking. He's not looking at the board. He's thinking in the distance whether he should take a draw here or not. But I think he has
और
to.
क्या करेगा?
If he continues playing, he might, like for example, और कुछ भी नहीं होता है. G2 is hanging and it's too much. Yeah, there's nothing much to play for, guys. We are going to head to a draw here. We have 26,20,300 subscribers, guys. Do like the stream, do subscribe. और लोग आ जाए, मजा आ जाएगा दोस्तों. If Hans versus Magnus matchup happens this tournament, is there chance of Don Shah in the live itself? अरे boy. भाई डॉन शाह का कैसा है कि टाइम कम रहता है ना, 10-15 मिनट तक आ सकते हैं. पूरा लाइव में आना इज नॉट इजी थोड़ा. तो did Raja won previous game? Yes, Harshit won his first game, then second game he lost. So I hope he manages to make a comeback today evening. Wesley's opponent made a blunder. Oh, I'll go there, guys. Let me just, I have a feeling that this
Okay,
will end in a
got
draw.
it. Let's go. Maybe we can keep this video though. अभी end होएगा, so it is always nice to see 2 minutes.
King G6 खेला गया है by Gokar Khan. I think for Gokar Khan, this is a huge achievement of holding Arjun to a draw.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, we didn't feel like it because the position was so sharp and Arjun loves such positions to calculate. It was at one moment where he needed to use more time to find the right continuation. Otherwise, the game was really good.
No, Amrita, 2 times he had winning positions. Once with that combination and the other one where he played knight
there also
b5.
he played very fast.
I
Correct.
think Arjun, maybe the morning round sometimes does impact when you are not used to it. I mean, it's not an excuse. It's just, it happens.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, we will go to other games very shortly. Somendra, thank you so much. 26
I don't know if everyone wants
Amruta,
to go to other games.
MVL is losing today.
Oh, he resigns. Is that true?
It's going to be the biggest upset actually. Yes, he resigned here. You can see his opponent was completely crushing it. But then in the end, this happened. He took here, check, queen joins in, check, and mate coming in next with the rook. So yeah, that was resignation here. Big result for Druska Shuraj. And I think it's the first Super GM who has been defeated in freestyle chess in the open tournament. We also can go and check a few other games. Someone said
Wesley, everyone is saying that he's winning. Can we check that? Because it was a... Wow, I didn't expect this one to turn around because it almost was into an end game. So... But I think Wesley's king and his knight on d4, his pieces activated over there. Knight g2 has been played. He has to attack the knight and then pick up the f3 pawn.
Yeah.
But knight e3 is a check and then king f4. Hare, kya hua blunder? What was like one more blunder or was it anything else?
I think it was looking around even here. And here, check, king d3, rook h1. And now he made this very bad decision of going on the other side. He should have kept his king here on e2, but he went here. So in came a check, king b2 now, because if you don't keep this rook defended, then knight takes and then this is a pin. So he tried to go king b2 and then king f5, and all of a sudden it has so happened that these pawns became lonely.
But then he should have still gone king d3 because white has an extra pawn and
yeah.
Okay, no, because knight f3 it's a lost pawn endgame. Oops.
Yes, so knight g2. Now Wesley even goes and takes. He could have even kept the rook, but he takes and knight f3, and now he's completely winning here. Wesley So we also have the video of Wesley So, I think here. So maybe we can have a look at that.
After this game, Sagar, we can go to Arvind's game because he has only 3 to 4 minutes. So I think we can stick to that game and...
Oh, by the way, Mamed Yarov has resigned. Drawn. Sorry, not resigned. Drawn. Game of Mamed Yarov. Good work here.
And that's Van Forest, right?
Yeah, that's Van Forest in the background.
Mhm. Let's go to, okay, Wesley's winning. Let's go to Arvind's game. And after you go there, board को थोड़ा सा बड़ा करना.
ये देखो वेस्ली.
अच्छा वो कैमरा का प्रॉब्लम था. Got it. नींबू पानी खत्म हो चुका है उसका.
I think he'll win. And let's go to Arvind now. Arvind's game, we see that Arvind Chithambaram is, after knight d6 was played, bishop d6, rook d6 on the board. Amruta is of the opinion that white has to remain careful. My feeling is that
Black has to remain careful.
sorry, your feeling is black has to remain careful. My feeling is that white has to slightly remain careful. The reason why is that I don't see the attack going through. Let's say, for example, check on b1 and then queen e4. I trade queens. And then at the end of it, you have a weak pawn on b3 and slightly weak pawns here. Who knows? Maybe the endgame is preferable.
Okay. And at the end of it, if like really, if you're white with that bishop on e5, eyeing at g7,
Yeah.
you would not consider that you have more chances with double bishop as well.
Not with queens off the board, actually. So, by the way, move played here. He's gone rook d1 back, and I am pretty sure that Arvind is coming queen e4 next. And Amruta, just for our viewers to see, Hans Niemann his game is so much in demand here, and you see the spectators here. So, calling all the people across Europe and world to come and follow all the action here. You know, there is a lot of fans are being really enjoying. Oh, Arvind seems to have blundered. Oh my goodness, he's played his queen to f5.
Wait, but what is happening? Oh, queen trap, bishop d3 is not coming. h5 mar raha hai.
No,
Okay.
this is not. This is something huge, Amruta. Find the winning move for white. It is impossible, I would say, for his opponent here if he is not looking for it. But you can see Alexei Shirov looking at the board, and I believe he might spot it. It's an incredible move. We have a draw between Arjun and his opponent there, just so that you guys can see if Ajjubai is there.
But right now, such a critical situation, we have to stay at Arvind's video because
हाँ,
he
तुम
has 2
चाय
minutes.
पी लो अमृता अभी.
You
Let's say,
can.
I'm just showing the analysis. It's like such a critical moment. Let me drink tea. तुम तो पोहे लेने गई कि नहीं चाय पीने को तो अभी मैं
गई थी. But तभी सब काम था. Okay. Okay, but what is the move for white? Rook g7 is the move which chat is suggesting.
not rook
But
g7
wait, not.
Amruta.
I don't think so. I think it is something to do with first bishop d3, queen h5. नहीं वो भी नहीं है.
Look at, by the way, the analysis. Arjun really is a gem of a person. He's never really impacted too much by his result, talking to his opponent. Now back to this Arvind video. Amruta, opponent has 13 minutes to find this move.
Is it anything to do with bishop d3 is another move people have said, but
It's a
rook
good
g5
move,
is not
actually.
working. No?
It's a good move because after take, queen h5, bishop e2, queen f5, you again have to play the same move. So actually, it's not,
Achha.
you know,
Oh, then it won't.
all the people who have said rook d7, look at this move, Amruta.
Cha, no.
What a
Wow.
move. If
Only 2 people, Sagar, found it.
Yes, professional pawn, I think. Take,
And
bishop
Aryan.
takes, and now king can go here and here. If king goes to h7, bishop d3 wins the queen.
No, he cannot find this. Okay, I bet he won't find it.
And one more thing, if you go here, now bishop d3 also, or you know, there are other moves, but this queen h5 and bishop h6, it's a mating attack because king
And
h8.
Magnus is also looking at the board. Will he find that there is something over here?
Yeah, it's too tough. Too tough because Amruta, rook d7 doesn't really have a huge threat. If I suppose, defend here with rook f8. Now look at this, bishop d3, queen h5. It looks nothing is happening. But look at this z boom ba move.
Yes.
Boom!
King G7, Queen G3 check.
Boom! Game over.
Mm.
And the reason for this is you cannot, like, it's such a amazing moment, Amruta. Just go back. If I show you this rook d7 is such a classy move, because if you go bishop d3 here, and you might say even this should work, right? But the problem is check.
Yeah,
And the rook
yeah.
being here makes all the difference.
No, not that. But after Queen H5, you are saying if white doesn't go bishop e2. No, not rook d7. Let's say bishop d3, Queen H5. And if I move my rook to, let's say, A1 or F1, but kidhar to, I don't know exactly.
But now
A1.
I'm fine. Like knight g4, I'm okay. This is completely
Knight,
fine.
wait a second. No, Queen E2 because your knight. Queen H2 checkmate. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. That's why you have to go bishop. Another. Okay, can I ask you? King F2 was crazy, no? Rook H3 also I consider idea. Bishop D3, but the queen still runs to G4. How is the move Rook H3 though,
Look
Sagar?
at
Because
this, Amruta. This is the key moment now. Can Maciej Klikowski find rook d7? It's a big question.
do you think Arvind has spotted it now?
I don't think, otherwise he would have, not played this at all. But yeah, could be that he's seeing it. But rook d7 is not a move that you see and you understand everything that's going on. It's like a very deep move that is there.
Yeah. No, this is one of the reason I was mentioning. No, it looks scary for black because with
Yeah, you
these
were right.
bishops and
Actually, your
tactical
understanding
ideas.
was much
Okay.
better, Amruta.
No. I have a curiosity. Is Rook H3 an interesting move? Because I'm just looking at the natural ideas Maciej can consider.
Which one? Rook h3.
Rook H3. Oh, knight G4 आ जाएगा उधर.
Right.
Oh no, that is a blunder. Sorry. G4. G4. Rook H3.
Here after queen f5, if rook h3,
No, not a good idea.
yeah, just the rook we need here, no? You want to trap it, basically. I understand. It's
And
not
then
going
go
to
rook
be
G3
trapped
again.
because I have queen g4, so doesn't work.
Okay, rook D7, guys. Do you think Maciej Klikowski will find this move or not possible? He's down to 9 minutes. He definitely looks very excited and tempted about the position. He's about to make a move. Ooh, no, I don't think that he will go rook D3, but I think he'll go bishop D3 and bishop E2 and repeat, and it will end in a draw. That's my guess.
Yeah, let's see.
But let's stay here. This is. Oh my god, he finds it! Oh
What the
no!
hell? Wow.
Oh.
Really, Amruta, are you sure?
I saw him. Look at his rook. No, it's there on D7.
I don't have an update yet on the board.
Unbelievable. Obviously, Maciej Klikowski, amazing. I mean, to find something like this. And Arvind with 2 minutes, how is he going to reply to that?
Wow, that is it. By the way, his name is Machia, I think. Not Maciej, but
Klikowski बोलते हैं, Klikowski.
Klikowski.
Click बोलते हैं उसको. Click हुआ यार.
It has
Nobody said
clicked.
it just had to click.
Beautiful. Yeah,
It was a tough move, yaar. Really, how did he find it?
yeah, it's just incredible the way in which he has played this move. And now Arvind, under huge pressure, he has 1 minute 35 seconds. And Amruta, while he's thinking, I'm going to quickly.
Please don't shoot. No.
No. Magnus Carlsen, Amruta.
Okay.
Magnus' opponent has only 48 seconds. And Magnus is clearly pushing with black pieces. Look at this. The pawns have made some kind of a barrier against the bishop. It's like this entire mountain chain. Queen c6, a mistake. Magnus Carlsen now has an advantage. Finek has only 50 seconds. If Magnus takes, and rook d3, I believe Magnus Carlsen is winning this, Amruta.
So my prediction over there of draw went wrong, but over here Magnus will win is Yeah, now.
Yeah, you
Gonna
were right.
happen.
Magnus will win this. Meanwhile, Fabi also doing
No,
it
don't
well.
go to other games.
Now
अगर
going
अभी
back
Arvind के
to
इधर रख लो, please.
Arvind, Rook F8, Amruta, he's played this move, but now the winning move is Bishop D3, only winning move. Can Klekowski keep
Oh,
finding the best move one after the other?
Bishop D3, Queen H5, Rook G7. No, that's what you had shown.
He finds it. Bishop D3 on the board. My goodness, Arvind Chithambaram under huge pressure.
Ah, Magnus blundered. Oh
What?
my God, big blunder. We have
What?
to go there.
He's losing.
Yes, dead losing.
No.
नहीं नहीं ये तो ट्रांसमिशन एरर है
हाँ रुक D3 खेला है भाई.
मैग्नस का इतना बड़ा ब्लंडर कैसे होगा
कुछ भी but yeah I can understand.
एक मिनट क्या खेला वो
But anyway he's played Rook
Okay.
D3 I'm sure then it came as Rook D4. Okay guys, not a huge blunder. All good.
Okay, he played. Arvind played Queen takes H5
What?
and here also
Again?
नहीं here transmission रहे
भाई सब
G7.
जगह ट्रांसमिशन एरर क्या हो रहा है? Whoa! He took it, man. This is Klekowski's immortal game, I would say.
Yeah,
What
for
a
sure.
game.
Like to beat like from Rook D7, he's seen it all and he saw it in very less time. Maybe he used like 5 minutes or 4 minutes.
Yeah, this is an amazing.
Wow. Okay, one of the things we should have predicted is if he finds Rook D7, then obviously the next sequence he's going to find because all of the next moves are easier than Rook D7.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just crazy the way in which he is played here. Rook G7 and now Queen G3 next coming in. Oh, Arvind gives a check, but that's not going to help.
3
because-
seconds he had on the clock. King F2.
Amruta, look at this finish. It's so beautiful. Take, king takes, okay? And now just bishop f6 check. King takes
Oh wow.
and queen c3 with a mate.
Beautiful.
Almost mate.
The
E5.
control on all color squares.
What a huge game here. And Amruta, we were thinking that MVL is the first casualty of today, but turns out it is Arvind who's going to lose.
And not just losing, Sagar, so many people have drawn, so it's getting tough and tougher.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, yeah, Fast Track says Samay Raina shirt doing wonders.
Huge moment here.
Yeah, mind blowing. It will go in the books for sure.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
a brilliant combination.
And I think this last final sequence now, bishop takes knight and queen c3 is just over. Yeah, a huge upset here. And I think Polish GM, Maciej Klekowski, is going to be so happy.
Okay,
Everyone
Magnus,
is struggling.
everyone's saying
While Hans is winning easily, he's really the main character. Actually, I'm very excited, Amruta. Hans versus Magnus might happen tomorrow, some point, if both keep winning.
Oh, yeah.
People are saying we should look at Magnus's game. Should I look at it or do
Yeah,
we want
yeah.
to finish? I think bishop f6.
People-
Actually, bishop f6, king g8, but then you are piece down. So there's nothing. There's nothing left actually.
But it just shows the kind of attack which can be created. Double bishop and the king on h8 and that.
Beautiful.
Wow, you have to be careful.
Okay,
Okay,
by the
let's go
way,
to Magnus's
no, Amruta,
game.
he made a move. He just made a move.
What did he play?
He didn't take. He played queen e1, which is equally strong because his threat now is the brutal queen g3 check. And if you play queen g4 to stop it, now I take, and boom, mate. So it's a problem from the other side. Going to Magnus Carlsen's game is totally winning. Magnus, after rook takes rook d3, opponent played h5, he takes on b3, attacking the bishop, rook comes back, Knight jumps in, Amruta. Magnus Carlsen's knights and an extra pawn. This is game over.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
Magnus.
he didn't even have to go B4, fix the pawn. The B3 anyway became
Amruta,
kind of a
my
target.
feeling is time is playing a huge role here. You know, like all these players in time pressure are collapsing.
Yeah. No, and then the strength of all these top players, elite players, the way they can handle time through their experience is something which changes, like in the next 2, 3 moves are enough
Correct.
for any equal position to change in time pressure. But I think definitely it's a bit shocking about Arvind. Finally, the way it happened all of a sudden, Rook D7, which we did not expect, because I was really hoping for a draw there.
No, but for sure, Arvind's opponent deserves this win.
Absolutely
for
amazing.
finding these
No,
moves.
no, totally. Ooh. Whoa. Hey, what happened to Leon? Mrityunjan is asking. Wait, let me check.
I think he was
And I'll tell you.
worse. No, very slightly worse actually, not much.
Yeah, he has 5.5 minutes, but the position is currently very unclear. He's not worse as at this moment at all, and it's unclear.
Amruta, also want to share with you and the viewers this another beautiful photo that has been shared by Aditya, who is in the playing hall. So we have some very nice footages that are coming in for all of you to enjoy here. This one, you can see that guests and viewers can take a chair and follow the action on the big screen. And here you can see this gentleman who has who's sitting on this wheelchair kind of a
No,
thing.
no, it is a trolley.
It's a
It's
trolley.
a
Maybe
shopping trolley.
could be. Yeah, not a wheelchair. Yeah. So he doesn't need a chair. He can create his own chair. That's the thing. So very nice. Thank you, Aditya and Abhyudaya, for sending us this material. Very cool.
Oh, Arvind resigned.
Oh, let's look at that for a second, if we can, to see if Arvind would be. I'm sure he would be not at all happy with this, but at the same time, he's he's left already.
No, because already, firstly, double round, and secondly, such a blow is different. Then, you lose like slow and steady, or sometimes outplay, or sometimes a little mistake. But yeah,
But
let's look at Magnus.
Amruta, what a moment for Klikowski, because I think actually some people would mistake him for Klimkowski, who was part of Gukesh's team. Remember Jan Klimkowski? But this is
from Poland.
Maciej Klikowski. He's a different player, but big day. And by the way, guys, you can see in the video right behind the frame is Abhyudaya there. Abhyudaya and another member of the official team of Grenke. They are shooting there.
Wow.
Indians are great at classical, but not so good in freestyle chess, except for Arjun. Guys, that does seem to be the case, at least until now. We'll have to see if any of these manage to make a comeback. But I'm kind of, Amruta, freestyle chess is growing on me. What about you?
Didn't have to grow on me. I always was talking about since many
You liked
years.
it already.
I always wanted chess to get something. I wanted openings to be avoided. I didn't, whichever way. Chess 960 at that point of the time was the thing. Even when Kramnik introduced no castling chess, I really was happy with that. Just freshness, I think, is important. But I think young generation doesn't mind it at all because they are they're born with the digital things in some way. So they are able to do the opening preparation in a much, different way. And it's like a part of them in a way. So like next 20 years the kids would not be knowing what was a world without mobile. There you go, Finnick resigns. A great game by Finnick, but he would not be very happy. But obviously such an opportunity to play with Magnus and a slight smile on his face. Look at that, Sagar, on Finnick's smile. He's happy. He's happy to, just be grateful to get such an opportunity. Are they going to analyze or not? He seems a bit
Magnus
shy.
analyzes a bit. He never analyzes too much. So
No,
he
but
might-
Finnick has to start, right? If Finnick
Yeah, of course.
starts. But he
Magnus
seems
will.
shy. It feels like he wants to talk, but he's a bit shy. Very cute.
Yeah, he's the future of Czech chess, Czech Republic chess. He's very strong, young boy, 2500 plus. And now, Amrita, amidst the top players, we have Fabiano Caruana still playing against Bibisara Asaubayeva.
Okay, Fabi is better with the B3 weakness over there
And
and
A6 is weak.
Which is weaker?
I don't know. I think if you take here and here, this should be roundabout even. So maybe keeping this defended and keeping this attacked is a better idea.
Or Rook C6, why not?
By the way, Fabi goes
Oh, he
knight
goes knight
C5, attacking here and defending here. That's a nice.
Multitasking, guys.
Yeah, dual
Multitasking.
purpose.
An interesting statistics, by the way. Multitasking reduces your productivity by 40%.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, single tasking at a time is important.
Yes, another game that we can see. Actually, the girls are playing really well, Amrita, if you think about it. This game, we have Bibisara giving a very tough fight to Fabi. And here we see Theodora Injak giving a very tough fight to Dominguez. Dominguez
she has
is
played amazing.
27-38. And right now the position is dead equal.
एक क्वेश्चन है व्हेन यू पुट दिस स्क्रीन समहाउ वो बोर्ड के पीछे क्या आ रहा है कैमरा का सो मे बी मैं बोर्ड को थोड़ा बड़ा कर सकता हूँ
किधर आ रहा है
डोमिंगोस के नाम के ऊपर देखो
ऊपर हाँ ठीक है
तथागत इज सेइंग कि मैं ग्रेनके देखूं या विमेंस ग्रैंड प्री देखूं इज वेरी कंफ्यूज्ड
yes women's Grand Prix for sure. We have it in India. We have a lot of young players playing there. I mean, Divya and this. But beach mein you can come and follow here. But we are all rooting for Hampi, Harika, Divya, Vaishali. So please do check it out. It's live on FIDE Chess. I think it's also live on Chesscom India. So commentary by Rakesh Bhai and Sahil Bhai. Really amazing.
Tushar is asking what is the difference between chess 960 and freestyle. As of now,
Same.
no difference. But freestyle will be able to modify certain things because they may not have to follow the rules of chess 960.
By the way, Amrita, look at this. Leon Mendonça better. And this is what I felt before coming here. That if there's one player who will really excel at freestyle chess, it's Leon for his creative energy that he has.
He will be able to play the violin on the board here, Sagar.
Yes. It'll be amazing to have him doing well. And also Karthikeyan Murli has done well already. So we have a lot of Indians here, guys, apart from, of course, the top two Indians, Arjun and Arvind, even the 2600s and so on. So that's going to be a lot of fun to follow.
Okay, Zechpon is just trolling over there.
Yeah, very powerful. Which game? Should we go to Fabi game, Amrita? Fabiano Caruana?
Yeah, let's go to Fabi's game because it would be interesting to see how he'll convert that. Look, already getting slightly better. And these are the positions where we literally can learn from the top players. Like how slow and steady. And Fabi is a freestyle monster in general. Oh God.
क्या हुआ?
कोई नहीं, mobile off हो गया. But it's fine.
Okay.
Anyway, nobody knows. Because the last move, Rook D8, he has pinned the knight over there, which went to defend a B3. So as of now, B3 is attacked by 3 guys. B3 is defended by 2 guys. But because A6 is also attacked, it's fine. Okay, now go Rook D6. Oh, Queen C5. Rook. Hey, what would be the move now, Sagar? Also, let's not forget some point E4 will come. The bishop on F6 will attack the rook on A1.
Yeah.
Abhi rook B5, maybe. You just simply support the knight.
Or Amrita, how about this tactic?
B4.
Rook takes knight, queen takes, knight takes pawn, attacking the queen and the rook, and then taking on A1, and it seems like I'm a pawn up.
So then he's winning a pawn already.
But there's more to it. Like, for example, I can take here also instead of here. But let's say I take here.
But then your rook A2, rook B3. Anyway, you will lose a pawn.
Yeah, rook A2, rook B3. And this is already looking good. True. So
maybe wait. Queen A5 over here.
Yeah, attacking here.
Rook B6, you have to go maybe forced.
Yes.
And knight C3. And E4 you don't have.
क्या अमृता फुल कैलकुलेशन मोड में हो तुम एकदम बढ़िया लग रहा है तुमको चेस में फिर से बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट आ गया है.
You know, I'm interested because of one reason, which I don't think I can reveal it right now.
Please reveal.
नहीं अभी नहीं रिवील करेंगे बट
नहीं रिवील करो
अरे तो you gotta play ना.
That one. Oh, I myself have forgotten that.
इसके लिए I think I am planning certain things because you'll have to stop doing certain things which you will not agree, but then we have to discuss once you're back.
Isn't it good to give some prep time for the chess players after a position is declared? Guys, here the main reason there is classical time control is that you can take your time. So that's why you have 90 minutes, you can use it well. Oh.
Kitas, can you share your opinion on Zhu Wenjun's overall accuracy of around 95% in the World Championship?
Yeah, Zhu Wenjun is a beast. She's a monster in women's chess. And she's becoming like a huge kind of a legend in women's chess in the world. 5 times winning the world title is huge. And there's no one who seems to be able to withstand her in match play. I am hoping that someday an Indian girl is able to challenge her. But right now, I mean, if it has to be Divya, it has to be Vaishali, they are still very, very lacking experience.
Too far from a world championship.
I mean, they are, you can't say too far, but they are lacking experience. But I mean, this
not too far actually. If you see that way, Vaishali won the Grand Prix.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're not
last
super
year
far,
in a way.
But
and candidates also she played well. So
in World Championship is altogether different player because she has so much experience.
Yeah, 5 times is like in a way like Magnus has been world champion. Yeah, Vishy has been. Oh, in fact, Vishy and Zhu Wenjun might be the only people who are 5-time world champions. No, Magnus, how many times he's won?
Magnus won in 2013,
twice,
2014,
Nepo once.
2016, 2018, 2021, 2021. Yeah.
4.
5 times. 13, 14, 16, 18 and 21.
Okay, we'll start 5:30. After another 5 minutes, in case you want to go and you want to prepare for the next round, is also possible. I think this game will last maybe around 5 minutes. 7:30, the next game will begin, and the rounds begin on time. No, maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes here and there, yes.
So something similar might happen.
By the way, Dominguez might be able to outplay Teodara. That's my feeling here. because these endgames are just so tricky, Amruta. So you never know. Although right now she does feel under control in the position. The other game which is going on is Vincent Keimer versus
Yeah,
Anthony
Vincent.
Virek. I think Vincent should be able to convert this, although the position is very close to equality.
But if Vincent, okay, what if Vincent wins the e4 pawn and it is only bishop endgame? Then it is
Draw.
winning?
Draw. No, just bring the king.
No, but the king will reach b6. If my king reaches faster to b6, then I'll win a piece.
Yeah.
Oh, then through that perspective, he will. So then king g3, king f4, no? That's the plan.
Could be. And meanwhile, Amrita, Farham Maksudlu under some pressure against Thal Abergel. And Krishuk won, Jordan won, Sarana won. Swan of Friedrich
Wow, look at
winning.
that man, Sagar, besides Dominguez, who is very old and is playing.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see.
Leon Mendonca's game also, he's winning completely now. So Leon will take home the full point. So let's go back now.
Sure, most of the games are over, by the way.
After Teodara is under a lot of time trouble. She's not making her move or what? Suddenly she's like, what am I doing? She plays knight a3 and suddenly under big pressure now, bishop b3.
And Leon has also won. I mean, sorry, not
Yeah,
won,
he
but
will win.
absolutely winning. So yeah. Side, what is your plan in the next 2 hours? Like you will leave your laptop over here and
yeah, I will leave my laptop
for
here.
An hour. Get some sleep.
I might get some food. I may get some food and I will also get some rest, and then I don't know if I should do some videos and all, because
Otherwise, next 4-5 hours you cannot survive in the commentary. So you need to just forget everything, forget everyone, and then just crash on the bed for an hour.
Okay. By the way, Suraj says Teodara won 8 games in a row in the last tournament. Yeah, she was playing European individual, women's individual, and she won 8 out of 8 there. I mean, 8 games in a row. By the way, knight c4 is the only move now here. Very important move. So that when you come here to attack this pawn, we are able to defend it this way. So tough.
Vincent both playing under 30 seconds. Please show.
Oh, Vincent.
I think Fabi and Vincent is more important right now. Let's look at that, because whether Vincent can convert. No, she doesn't find it. She goes knight b1, so I think then she's going to be in trouble. A typical thing which happens when there is a lot of rating differences towards the time pressure, the mistakes are different.
Because the players who are higher rated are good at many aspects than the players who are lower rated. Time pressure,
fast, in quick decisions.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. Whew, okay. Can we can end with just quickly show Vincent and Fabino, and then we can end the stream.
Okay, this one I might think is this guy will win, Dominguez, and Fabi. Also, the feeling is that he should win, although the last few moves have been not so great for Fabi. Bibisara might be able to. Yeah, she might be able to, Amrita.
Hold, yeah. Oh, she's got the knight on d5.
Yeah.
Oh. So then knight f6, and then it's going into a major piece endgame. Wow, it's going to last longer. Very long, in fact. In fact, Sagar, if you want to right now only go, I can even continue if you want, and then I'll end the stream.
I think you should also take some rest, and then after 2 hours we will meet again. So guys, let's end it here. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll be back in the evening with more games, with more material, more stuff that will happen. So don't go away anywhere. Bye bye.
Yes, 7:30. Come back.
2 hours to go.
Watch, thank you for your super chat.